last time on the wilds of Valandiir, the Crown Collectors had returned their bounty to the Bogmother in the form of her staff, and in doing so were granted a rare opportunity in the resurrection of their teammate Kravish. He's shaky on his feet and does not look well. He has blood-soaked clothes and a very gnarly-looking gash in his chest. You had all battled members of the Black Wing, Inner Circle members, more specifically, in the form of Shekis's offspring. Daxus and Vigoth proved challenging, but deftly and summarily beaten at the hands of the Crown Collectors. You retreated back into the Bogmother's cabin to find your friend awakened once more. Kravish, you were reunited with your blade in the form of Anthem's Edge, as Baranor had been holding on to it for you, and as he extends and you grasp it, we are going to pick up right there.
Okay. Oh, hello, beauty. Okay, guys, so the last thing I really remember was going to bed the night before the free-for-all. And then the next thing, I'm here with you fine people. Again.
You don't remember anything?
Anything interesting happen while I was gone?
You could definitely say that.
Yeah. You could fill a small book.
So, DM, for the sake of expediency, can we just say, like, for the next 2 hours that they have filled me in on the state of events from the free-for-all to now?
Yeah, we're gonna metagame the knowledge from Giovanni straight into Kravish's brain.
Gotcha.
We're still in the hut, right?
Milling about the property as a point of order.
I'd imagine she kicked us out again.
No, actually, no, not yet. It's still in that moment of him grasping his sword, as he's really kind of coming to out of a stupor like he was in. Iathara had scanned the cabin for any items that she might like, and I can actually back up, I think, and look at what she rolled for that. Unless she didn't post it, which sometimes happens.
I don't always post it. I can re-roll. I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was.
You got a 25, actually. I can see it right there. Yeah. You had kind of scanned the property for anything that you might like, any shiny items. With a 25, it's not a problem. Everyone's kind of busy, and you're just kind of milling around like everybody else, and just kind of keeping an eye and scanning things up and down. You can tell she has a plethora of spell components strewn about the cabin. Some are pretty high level. She has a gilded, jeweled skull. She has what looks like a large clay goblet encrusted with rough-looking jewels. And just there's a couple of things that you don't recognize, but like a glittering sparkle inside of a domed glass kind of decoration that's just sort of flitting around and dancing around. You've never seen that before. It looks shiny and pretty. And I'll say, for your purposes, as you mill about the outside of the property, you do find a number of belongings on these corpses that the Bogmother has collected, stuck on spikes, large 6-7 foot log spikes, all surrounding the foundation of her cabin. And these corpses in various stages of decay. Most are pretty old. No, it doesn't look like there's anything still juicy, even though you're in the swamp. You do find some items that I'd like to list for you.
Okay.
You find 367 silver. You find very little gold. You find about 12 gold in the whole lot. But there was this one guy who had a sack just packed with silver. So 367 silver. Okay. You find 14 gold. Not a lot. There's about 24 bodies in various stages of rot. You do find about 56 copper. It's up to you if you want to take it. You do find a lot of weapons.
Anything
a lot
that
of weapons.
appears to
more
be
than you can carry.
Useful. Like, anything that would be useful. Do I find any... like crossbow
there's 5
bolt
good daggers.
Okay.
There's 5 good daggers. They're not great, and they're all kind of old. I'm going to say at best they're a little rusty. At worst, they're like one use only kind of rusty.
I'll leave all those and we're gonna...
Yeah.
Tetanus damage.
Tetanus damage. Yeah. If they survive in like a week, they'll get lockjaw. They won't be able to eat no mo. You had just received a message from Zhen, urging you to return as soon as you can, that there is news of a shipment that they must share with you.
Okay.
But this is what, while the ceremony was going on and afterwards, you kind of like gave them their space and, hopped around the property, kind of pilfering things as you go. I will say at some point you did get harassed by an assassin vine, but it was a young one, so you were able to kind of get out of the way and move from its range. It looked kind of small, but it had sharp thorns.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. No bolts, no arrows, no bows, and for some reason, nothing. There's a lot of weapons there. There's war axes and long swords and stuff. So you're kind of taking a mental note, but most of that stuff is a little too big for you to carry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll keep the money, including the copper, for I don't know, just cause.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'll wander in and I'll say, "Well, I'm sorry to break up the party, but we have news of a shipment, and we have to get back. Unless you don't want to save the pretty blonde one."
Yeah, we should get back to Dane.
I agree.
We're not going to Dane, Miss or Silverscale. We're going probably to Brackenshire.
Where are we meeting Zhen at?
Zhen beckoned you back to the Rusty Cup.
Yeah, we're going back to the Rusty Cup. So.
Okay.
Well, we'll need to find some way to get back to Dane as soon as possible. The Duke deserves to know the fate of his son right now.
Well, maybe we can rescue him as well.
Yeah.
We'll need backup.
What time is it?
It is very late. By the way, you are all absolutely exhausted. You've had 2 combat encounters today without having a long rest. So you're all pretty beat.
We started at 1 a.m. It was like 1 a.m.
You started late.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So you have definitely been through the ringer today. Koza, you have 1 charge that would lead you back to Rathburn on your Tierra. You get a return trip on that thing, so you have that in the bag. Is there anything anybody would like to do before I get to Kravish?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Kravish, very quickly, you have never felt this ill in your life. It's a singular sensation that you don't recommend to anybody, even your enemies. Your bones, your bones feel very heavy. Every one of your joints feels like you have minor arthritis right now. It's painful to even grasp your sword, and to swing your legs, to walk and to sit. Definitely know what it feels like, perhaps, to be like 80 years old, or the equivalent in Dragonborn years. I don't know. You're nauseous. You are dry mouth, no matter how much you have to drink. And for everybody around you, you notice them all kind of giving you just kind of a side glance, not in fear, but as you kind of step outside and see your reflection in a window or something, you notice that your eyes look a little different. They are... The iris is narrower, and instead of the pleasant, yellow that you've had, they're now a dark green.
Oh, okay.
And they just look very reptilian. Anybody who's around you notices Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
I said, well, we'll see how I can get this to work for me.
Yeah. Everyone around you notices an odor. It's not real strong, but it kind of smells like you guys remember dissecting frogs, like that formaldehyde smell. It kind of smells like that a little bit, and also this kind of musky, ancient, woody, swampy smell. That's saying something based on where you are.
Mm-hmm. So I look like I smell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like an old clam.
Yeah. I'm like, whew, I could use a bath and a really long.
You smell like a bag of wet socks.
Yeah.
Coming from you, that's safe.
Ouch.
I mean that nothing but love, man. But anywho, how? I think we have intruded on Madame Drelka's hospitality for far too long.
Yes, what is she doing?
You turn to look at the cauldron and you notice her on her stump. She is saggy and droopy and shorter than you remember her to be. A little bit, not a lot, maybe a foot or two, which still towers over most of you. She just looks kind of reserved and shrunken, quiet. She is slowly stirring a brew inside of her cauldron, and looks like she's got a little tiny podium next to her spot, and there's an open book. It's a very ugly, old, torn, tattered book with writing that nobody here understands. And she's just sort of like glancing at it and stirring and not really looking at anyone. And she's humming this eerie kind of tune between her nostrils. Just, that's all she's doing.
Okay. So I'll kind of limp my way over towards her.
She looks at you.
Madame Drelka, I am forever grateful for your assistance.
Yes, forever grateful. We shall see. I shall hold your promise, Dragonborn, to you if I must. The black wing, the wretched wind, make them suffer for their transgressions. And then tell your tales, sing your songs. But leave me out of it.
I have not forgotten our bargain, and I fully intend to honor it, or die in the attempt.
Please do not die. I utilized considerable resources to bring you back.
Yes, not an experience I would recommend a repeat of.
Yeah, and you notice out of nowhere it seems like her arm is extended and she's caressing your face just gently with her very long, bony fingers.
Yes, such a waste of good meat.
Okay, and on that chipper note, I will bid you farewell.
Farewell.
Creepy.
Good. Yes, goodbye all. I hope you return. Please do. Someday. It would be nice for a repeat visit.
Any parting words of advice as we go to face her?
Yes.
And she does kind of straighten up and get a little serious, and she just kind of gives you all a look of,
do not trust anything anyone says that is under her control. She excels at manipulation and lies, and she has a vile temper. Walk peacefully and cautiously. If you impregnate her lair, it is not for the faint of heart. I have never been myself, but it is to be cautioned against.
She just continues stirring.
Okay.
All right,
Right,
back to Rathburn.
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Yeah. All right. So minions aren't to be trusted, and her lair is really bad news. Okay.
So as
All right.
you depart her cabin and just kind of like mill about, you see Kravish. You're the last one out, kind of. You see Eothara. It looks she's blatantly yanking silver out of pockets and corpse bodies, and it looks like Koza's sort of familiarizing himself with a nearby tree. Everyone else just kind of seems to be walking around.
Familiarizing himself with a tree. Like, is he sniffing it, or
He's probably going pee.
Okay. Yeah.
Having all
Or at
people.
least-
They've never met before.
Who's that?
Eothara?
Hello.
Eothara.
That's right.
Yeah, this is our first meeting.
Wow, you're taller than I thought.
Yeah, you're not as sneaky as I thought.
I'm not trying to be sneaky. If I was trying, you'd never see me.
Ah.
Ask your friends.
That's a fact.
Ask Baranor.
No, I can't confirm.
Yeah.
That is factually correct.
So how are you doing? How do you feel? You look like you feel like shit, and you smell pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I know most of these people are your friends, so they're not gonna tell you, but you should probably take a bath.
Oh, I don't recommend this feeling to anyone. I feel awful. Worse than I've ever felt.
Okay, well let's get going. Get you somewhere to sleep and bathe. You seem like a normally very clean guy, and you need new clothes. You are covered in blood.
Yeah, and you know, looks like it's all my own too. So
You know, you can help with that, can't you?
Uses prestidigitation, and I clear one small spot.
One square foot of his armor. Just like his left breast.
He's not wearing armor. He's wearing like a white undershirt, which is what he was killed in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
So he's got now a white square in the middle of his chest where it's not bloody.
You only dry cleans that one spot.
your generosity always knows no bounds.
As you guys are kind of like getting ready to depart, you see vines in a familiar pattern grow up from the ground, envelop a space 5 by 10, and then drop, and there is the Bog Mother, and she just kind of looks at all of you and says,
You didn't think I would let you leave without a gift, did you?
Oh, we didn't want to presume anything.
A gift?
and she walks over to Koza and says,
For your assistance during the ritual.
And she opens her hands like this giant claw unfolding at the end of her arm, and in her palm are 4 little lime green lumps of jelly or clay of some kind. It's hard to tell what it is.
Yummy.
Gross.
Don't eat them.
What do I do with them?
Well, curiosity never killed the Fulbog, did it? They may help you in a pinch when enemies are near.
And she kind of, as you're all looking at the little blobs in Koza's hand, she just kind of disappears into a puddle, and the water goes smooth once again.
Cool.
All right, let's get out of here.
Please.
All right, Koza,
Alright,
and it's
let's
you.
go.
You approach the tree that you have been knocking with your knuckle and sniffing a little. Gave it a little lick. Smells like wood. Tastes like wood. And boom, you hit your tiara, and a wide open gateway of green light. You all disappear into it. Kravish, I need you to roll a d20, please.
Well, good dog.
First roll of the night.
You gave it to me. God help us.
Yep.
There you go. 1.
All right.
Cool.
On the other side, Kravish is dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
He arrives dead.
Do it.
No, but with a 1, you do, unfortunately, drop unconscious as you are at, I believe, 1 hit point. Or no, did somebody give you like 11 or something like that?
I think that was me.
Yeah.
Okay, 11. Okay. But then you are definitely going to take 4 points. You take 4 points of force damage as your frail body is not suitable for travel like this right now. You're coughing. You're right now actively coughing up blood, and your extremities have like a really deep tingle to them, and it's difficult to shake it, and it's hard to grasp things or even walk.
Guys, help.
I'm gonna grab him and see if I can put him over my shoulders.
Yep. And Axton too. So the two of you kind of put one arm over a shoulder and get him to his feet. It looks like after some time he's able to walk as you all emerge from this trunk on the outskirts of Rathburn. It's very, very cold right now. You can all see your breath. It's the dead of night. There's barely any animals, mostly just insects buzzing around and chirping. And you're on the outskirts. And you all make it. The green light curtain behind you closes. You've all emerged.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, I don't know about any of y'all, but I'm exhausted.
I just give him a side eye.
I'm exhausted, not dead tired.
I'm the one around here, okay?
He wakes up and then drops dead again.
Yeah. No doubt.
1d4 of irony damage.
So I would like everybody except Kravish, because at this moment his head is down. I'm not going to require a check from you, but I need everybody to give me a perception check, please. 1 from everybody.
Perception.
Okie dorkle.
And I just need to know who got over 23.
Man. Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
Let me see.
I did not get over 3. I only got a 16 today.
Oh, boy.
I
don't think I
good.
said
22.
Normally, I'm not that perceptive.
I don't think I saw anything.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So that's Koza
You said
definitely...
perception?
Yeah.
That's a 23.
Okay, 23 and a 28.
I focus on one singular rock.
Yeah, well, you guys are really, really beat. You're dragging your feet through the streets of Rathburn and just covered in mud and sick and slop and sweat and blood. Most of you are pretty rough right now, and everyone is on the brink of an exhaustion point, that's for sure. But Baranor and Koza, as you guys are kind of walking in tandem, you both kind of snap your head to the left, and you notice somebody leaning up against a wall. They're dressed in brown leathers, and they wear a hood, a patch on one eye, and on that patch you can see the fleur-de-lis of the Syndicate in just a barely different color of leather on his eye patch. And he just watches you as you pass by. His arms are folded in front of him, and he doesn't do anything as you pass, particularly.
Does he look familiar to anybody? Does anybody know this gentleman?
I would say everybody's seen a guy with an eye patch. You only saw him maybe once or twice. You don't know his name.
Wasn't there an eye patch guy with the bad guys?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
I beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we fought somebody like that. No, okay.
Head anchor time.
And he's just on the outskirts of town. Just kind of
No. You guys have entered Rathburn, and he's on like one of the side of the buildings nearby. Maybe a block away from the entrance, the gate.
And you said it's a Syndicate patch.
Yes, very clearly. To those who have really good vision, especially those, Koza and Baranor, you notice he has a fleur-de-lis on his eye patch.
Right. Okay. And he does nothing. Does he follow us with his gaze? Like,
you can't really tell. Well, you have dark vision. Yeah, he's looking at you the whole time.
Okay.
He's really deep in shadow. You two are the only ones that notice him.
Okay. I guess we'll just keep walking.
With your stellar hearing, you hear him whisper to himself,
Elves never flash the symbol, do they?
Were we supposed to flash the symbol?
That's all you hear.
Okay. Would I know what symbol he's talking about?
Yeah. You would know, you just haven't, you don't do it because you're not really a city syndicate member.
Sure.
You're a out and about ranger type, you're a scout and stuff like that. So
okay.
you do know
Okay.
there's this little thieves' cant thing that you flash with your fingers whenever you see somebody or you're approaching someone's hideout or city. It's just a common courtesy gesture, but you forgot. Because you don't do it.
Gotcha.
And none of you know it because you're not syndicate members.
Yep. Alright.
At least not formally.
Would have Iathara done it?
Iathara was busy looking at her feet because she is tired as shit.
She didn't see it. Got it. Okay.
Or she forgot.
Yeah.
She's too tired to care.
Yeah. We're all beat.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't see it. She didn't even see the guy.
Okay. To Iathar, then. Are we headed to the Rusty Cup, or are we headed to the tree?
Well, I have to go check in with Jen, so I'm going to the Rusty Cup. I don't know what you guys are doing, so you'll figure it out.
That sounds good.
Well, if it involves the shipment.
Poor Corey.
If it involves a shipment, we should probably at least see what's going on. Or do we just want to? Or do we want to wait?
Some of you want to just go take the very disgusting Dragonborn up the stairs and get him to bed, and a couple of you want to come with me.
Are you saying that we split the party?
I am suggesting. I am suggesting that
because
somebody.
that went so well last time.
From what I understand, that was a different time and place, and maybe not the best idea. But they don't think we're going to really need the entire party to go talk to Jen.
All right, guys, we need a consensus. Do we want to go see what Jen has to say, or do we want to go? Do we want to let her do? Do we want to let her do the thing?
You want to rely on me to remember everything Jen said. That's what you should do.
Begging me to roll this. Just begging me. I'm going to do it. It's cool.
I don't mind going. I'll go.
Okay. Then let's go.
I'll go.
I will go.
And
Kravish, how about you?
Kravish and can go to bed. He's gonna go to sleep. He needs to go to sleep. Leave him with Magic Man.
Kravish just had a rough couple days.
Kravish, this may involve Maven.
Huh?
This may involve Maven.
He's asleep. He's literally sleeping while walking. Just let him go to bed. We can explain everything later. Okay?
Okay, gotcha.
Jeez. It's like none of you have been dead before. Come on.
I've been asleep for a very long time.
Luna gives a little whimper.
I think you were technically dead, right? You must have been.
Koza? Yeah.
How does that work?
He was in cryostasis.
Koza was dead.
Yeah.
Koza was only mostly dead.
For less than a minute.
Yeah, that was
It's a little different.
That was a quick rise up.
Koza wasn't all dead. He was only mostly dead.
He was dormant.
Brought back by Kravish.
And then
Yeah, I mean it's only poetic that
It's cyclical, man.
Everything's connected, dude.
It all comes back. It's all connected.
everything's connected.
All right. So who's going and who's going to the tree?
I will go.
Okay.
I will also go.
Elza,
Right.
Baranor, with me. Everybody else.
Kravish. Yeah, Kravish, Axton, I think you said you were going.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
sounds good.
all right, so the party splits. Give me a
Okay.
second here.
Oh my god.
Everybody chat.
Why am I
Right.
hearing off music?
You're hearing dice hit the thing. That's for sure. Okay.
I'm hearing a Latin chorus.
Yeah. Why am I hearing the Sephiroth theme?
Let's see. What's a good late night tavern music?
Now,
See
who's
if it
all
actually
going?
has that.
Who's all going to
Next
the inn?
round table.
It sounds like everybody but you and
Okay.
God, we left the squishy ones alone?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
It's
Yeah.
big. He's got big magic. He'll be fine. Other one,
Just
they have to go
insert
to bed.
floating disc
Okay.
and drop my ass on it.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
He has some
definitely
spectral
have
dogs
some-
he can summon.
Yeah, some of that
can't
big
move.
ass
They
demon
can't-
who's just carrying my limp ass to bed.
No. The dog that can't move.
The faithful hound that is like
Yeah.
a freaking mega beast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just-
hilarious.
All right.
Just
That
put
was
it in
pretty
the door.
funny.
Just put it in the doorway.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I will say that you guys all procure lodging just in case. It's let's see how many. There's 6 of you. No, there's 5 of you. No, there is 6, right?
There is 6 again.
There's 6 again. Ayathara is not staying here, so there's 5 of you.
Okay, fine.
And Baranor, you don't have to stay here if you don't want to, because there's lodging in the Rusty Cup. But I know that you're with the party a lot. So yeah, there's 5 rooms. It's going to be 10 gold total.
That and Baranor loves staying in the tree.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, the quarters are cramped, little tiny cabins, just enough for a bed. Koza's always kind of cramped, so is Kravish. Being that this is your first time here, they're little tiny cabins in a gigantic tree on the southern edge of town that you guys all sleep in. Kravish, you collapse.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are out.
No
Out.
pithy
There's not even a
one-liners,
word of
nothing.
good night.
Nope.
Yeah.
No pithy one-liners or nothing.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You're also very tired. Is there anything you'd like to do before bed?
No, I'm just going to cast Alarm as a ritual on the room.
Okay. You weave a glyph into the air. You feel a omnipresent globe around you, and with a little bit of silver string about the place, you are protected and will be alerted if someone enters. So, everybody else, you approach the hearth or the threshold of the Rusty Cup. The door is closed, but Ithara, you kind of understand a way to kind of open it without picking the lock, as the door has been augmented since the Marquis arrived. It's a kind of an entrance only you and other people like you would know, or a way to enter. Otherwise, the door is locked solid, and it's a thick door. You kind of open it. It opens with a creak, and you all step in. It's very dimly lit, and you hear something being poured into a large cask. As you enter the establishment, you see Bartok. He's awake. He's in the same clothes. It looks like he doesn't sleep around this time either. He looks very tired, though, and he is filling what looks like tankards into a funnel and refilling some kind of cask with it. And Jack, if you'd like to react to them walking in.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good,
Hello,
good afternoon,
Bartok.
evening, whatever time it is. I'm tired.
We're here. We need to see Jen. Are they in?
Pretty sure.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. I'll go find them.
As you pass Bartok, who is continuing his what look like nightly duties, you notice this large, heavy axe that has been perhaps behind the bar and wrapped in a cloth. Looks big enough for the back of the bar, but you don't recognize it. Jack, if you'd like to describe this axe that they see.
This axe is, it's got very intricate features. It's got sort of a geodescent, almost like fragments of different shapes sort of emulating off of it with a very distinct hook for a blade with different hints and hues of red and gray, and it's all nice and pristine.
And Eothar has already appraised it.
Does Axton notice the blade?
Yeah, that does look like a nice axe. And I pull out mine, like, this might be pretty shiny compared to mine.
Oh yeah, it's glitchy, if that makes sense.
An axe made by the gods. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're comparing it to your axe, not your halberd. Okay. Yours is definitely. I would say yours is a little shinier than this blade, than this axe. It's a great axe. It's pretty large, and it looks like he's leaning it up against the back of the bar. And yeah, it's weird looking. It's got kind of a glitchy pattern, if that makes sense. The blade itself is pretty solid, but it's not something anybody's ever seen before. And yours is just prettier and more yours catches the light a little like Anthem's Edge. Yours catches light better, and it's very shiny. It doesn't ever seem to get dirty. And it's very, very sharp. So,
what's the story with that axe?
Well, it was a family heirloom from God knows how long.
It looks nice. I wouldn't mind wielding that for a little bit.
Well, give me enough money and I'll consider it.
Tempted. I'll check back with you after this meeting.
Boys and their toys.
Meeting indeed, and Bartok, you do actually stop what you're doing, cork the bottle, and grasping your axe, you follow them as they head downstairs, as you were instructed by the Marquis and by Jen.
Sounds good.
You all... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
So you round the corner in the back, and there has been some construction done, looks like over the last few days, and looks like it's just pretty much all done. There's a door that is only accessible by the way Eothara kind of runs her hand along the back of a beam. A door slides open. You all descend a dimly lit staircase downwards. You've all been here before, except now there's a secret entrance to it. And yeah, it's not long before you all find yourself in a not densely populated, but there's about 9 or 10 people in this lower hideout. There's a space at the back with a large map table, and as you approach, all of you can hear people whispering. Some of them are about you, nothing derogatory, but some of them not exactly trusting either. They look pretty rough. There's a lot of scars that you're seeing, a lot of dirty teeth, leery eyes, grayed out eyes. There's
everybody's blind.
A variety of races. There's a tabaxi down here that's not related. It doesn't look like Jen, but it's sort of a black with tight stripes and like a cheetah's face. Under a hood, everybody's under a hood to some degree. You do see a couple of people twirling magic between their fingers as they gaze into a brazier. And at the back, you see past the map table is, in similar fashion, a curtained off area and a sort of a throne-like chair with a table in front, surrounded by a couple of chairs, is the Marquis. Jen is by his side. The two of them are leaning against this like coffee table in the middle and scanning a document. As you approach, you do get stopped. There's a large, like a half-ogre female that puts a finger on whoever's up first letting Iathara kind of brisk by, but the rest of you are kind of stopped for a moment. And that's when the Marquis kind of pops his head up and motions to Jen, who says, "It's all right. You can let them through. Come, my friends. Iathara, how are you?"
I'm doing well, Jen. How are you?
Well, it is fascinating times we find ourselves in. Bartok, yes, please come forward, my friend.
And as you approach, he hands you a scrolled note. And as you do your best to read what's on it, it takes you a minute. You do see that it says, close the bar, let no one enter.
Alright.
Bartok toddles on upstairs. And the Marquis leans forward, and you see that he's actually wearing a pair of spectacles. They're very thin lenses, but he's got them low on his nose as he reads this document. And in his defense, you notice it has very, very small print. It's like,
well, hello, Crown Collectors. How did it go at the Bogmother?
It went fairly well. We succeeded in bringing back Kravish.
Truly, I do not see him here.
He is.
He's
still not
upstairs.
Yeah, he's still not well.
Is being dead as a way of making you feel like merde, no?
Yes.
Well, it's good to have him back. He made me laugh, and his tunes were just to die for. His mandolin playing brings a tear to the eye. I certainly hope to hear him grace the stage of this establishment someday.
That day will hopefully be very soon.
Well, as it is very late and I do not want to keep you all, I just wanted to inform you of something we may have to act on soon.
Good.
And he kind of produces from a shelf to his left what looks like a missive, and he unrolls it and slides it towards you. And it's not an infernal. This is in common. It's real badly scratched up. It looks like somebody was trying to throw this away or rip it up or something. There's a little bit of blood on it, but it does mention a shipment that is going to be transported to the Grove within the next 2 nights. And there is talk of additions to this shipment that are going to be joining it before it or as it departs for what's called the offering. There's no other explanation to what that means. And there is the mark of the Blackwing at the bottom. It's just a very rudimentary stamp or brand of some kind that just looks like a Batwing. And there's also what looks like a fingerprint of blood right next to it or on top of the ink itself.
You say within 2 days. Does that mean it is 2 days, or it could be tomorrow, the next day, or 2 days from now?
Well, it's definitely not 2 days from tomorrow morning, so it's probably, you get the sense it's probably either the next night or the next night after that. But it does mention a gathering spot in the middle of the forest that you all, at this point, having seen enough documentation, you recognize as the Grove, although it's not mentioned by name.
The shipment is going to the Grove. It doesn't say where from.
It just says from the Grove. Obviously, it's being
from the Grove.
Considered. It's being transported to the Grove. Not saying from where. But there is like a meeting place in the Grove where this shipment, once it's there, will be offered. It will be involved in the offering.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. I mean, we took out their hideout, or at least we ransacked it. I mean, we didn't really take it over, so they could be delivering from there again.
Yeah.
But this could be any time in the next couple of days, so how do we want to play this, guys? Or should we wait until morning to discuss this?
And you see Zhen kind of poking his head around, and he's like, where is your yellow-skinned friend? I do not see the paladin.
That's a story.
Well, we got Kravish back, but the paladin was taken. So
paladin was taken.
Yeah. And
you see the Marquis kind of lean back a little bit and grab a goblet of wine and take a deep sip of it. If the paladin can get taken, perhaps the Blackwing is a little more formidable, huh? Than you previously gave them credit for?
Well, he wasn't really taken by force. He was taken by a magical object on one of the 2 dragons that we fought in the swamp. They were small dragons.
2 dragons. Oh, my friends, it seems this endeavor may be no walk in the park, no? But
no, definitely not. But no, it was some kind of magical object that kind of teleported him away. He wasn't really taken by force. I mean, we had won the fight, so.
The Marquis leans forward. He says, Belino, you above anyone should know that just because you do not have the bond does not mean you do not have the power. Sometimes powers of the mind or of magic can be just as formidable than brute strength.
Of course. I'm just saying, you're saying that just because the paladin was taken, that they are formidable. We got this.
Where are these dragons now?
Dead by the Bogmother's hut. Probably not the best place to have left them, honestly.
Ah, so you killed 2 of her offspring, perhaps? You are formidable as well. Yes, this is what I think. Well, I definitely think we should intercept this grove shipment of sorts. If it is an offering for a dragon, we can be promised it is bountiful in nature.
Indeed, and hopefully maybe some of our comrades will be there. Not holding our breath, but it's what we're hoping for.
You believe the paladin might be part of this shipment? Yes, I agree. This is a possibility. Well, let us get a good night's sleep and prepare for tomorrow. We will make a plan for this excursion into the swamp. Don't you think?
I absolutely agree. Some of us are about to drop dead with being so exhausted.
Well, we plan at dusk. Meet me here at 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening and let us see what we can do about this shipment.
Sounds good to me. How about you guys?
Yep, sounds great.
Yep.
Iathara, you notice that the Marquis is looking at you and also looking at your hip, where you keep your coin purse. And as you all leave, you see him look over his glasses at you. Iathara is as lovely and debonair as ever. And you see him blatantly hold out his hand, and he's got kind of black nail polish on his fingers, and he's kind of twirling a coin between his fingers. He flips it up right where you can catch it.
Of course, my dear. Here you go. It's not a whole lot, but it's not nothing. So, it's a pretty good day.
He takes your offering, kind of twirls it in his finger and tosses it with a flick of the wrist towards Zhen, who catches it with his his white furry paw. He gives it a sniff, puts it on the table, and the Marquis just kind of gives you a loving nod and a little slap on the rear end, and kind of goes back to what he was doing. He pulls out what looks like a very elegant jade encrusted like pointer, and he's kind of going through this document, and you see Zhen lean over. He's like, yes, we have to remember to, and they start talking business and strategy of whatever it is they're looking at.
I know most of you are just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go grab a drink first, and then I'm gonna head to bed, so feel free to join me if you want to.
Kind of hindsight. While we were there, could we tell what they were looking at?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Well, you know what? You guys are close enough. If you want to just take a real heavy glance across the table, you can give me investigation if that'll serve you better.
I mean, they're both pretty high. I'll do investigation.
Okay.
23.
23. Yes, it is a requisition order from what looks like to you a fellow chapter of the Syndicate. You've heard the Marquis once or twice refer to his sister, and you know her as Renee. She lives in Marguerite, which is in a different city, and it's further west into the Empire. And she runs a chapter of the Syndicate out of that city, and it looks like it's correspondence between them. It's a requisition order for more soldiers from her chapter to the Marquis, and it looks like he's just kind of finalizing some, orders of supply and weapons and things like that. And there's a little bit of affection at the end where they wish they could see more of each other, and. But you notice the two of them, Jen and the Marquis, and there's a tiefling down there with blue skin who's also kind of paying attention. It looks like they're going over the particulars of what is being shipped and what is being asked for further and stuff like that.
Marguerite is where the Blooms are based out of, correct?
That is correct.
All right. So we'll head to our prospective dwellings.
Okay. Bartok, you notice that the Crown Collectors emerge from the basement steps, and everybody except for this svelte, brown leather-wearing, dark-haired elven woman, who you know as Iyethara, although you haven't really spoken to her too much. She kind of hangs back and sits at a stool, and you see her kind of gesture for a mug.
What?
Oh, thank you, dear. I really appreciate it. I've had a very long day. I know you don't need to hear about it, so I won't bother you, but you're doing a great job.
No,
this is amazing. Oh my god. So I'm just gonna go into the most random, fantabulous, over-the-top tale about everything that happened, and I make myself the star of the show, as per protocol, as I'm drinking my couple drinks before bed.
All right, make a Constitution saving throw, Iyethara.
Constitution.
Yeah, because you're putting him away. You've had a long night too, and as you slam him back, he just wheels it back up.
17.
17. Yeah, you don't throw up. Good job.
Yay!
But as you get up, you're an elf, so you're pretty sure you'll feel fine in the morning. But you've definitely got a heavy tipsy buzz on as you just slam these drinks as you regale Bartok with everything that has happened since you started helping these crazy people. And it's Bartok. It's a lot all at once. You haven't been drinking, so you're kind of able to follow a little better than you'd imagine. But you're very tired as well. And by the time she finishes, you're both exhausted.
We'll talk more in the morning.
Okay, fine. I should probably get to bed.
It's
Good night, dear.
As you all settle into your rooms, you make the walk back to the Treehouse Hotel, the Treetop as it's called. Find your rooms. You notice Kravish's room is closed, and Yuno's room is also closed. Your rooms are inviting. It's a little chilly. You kind of bundle up under the fur blankets and do your best to curl up into little balls and just kind of feel.
As I pass Kravish's room, I'm gonna check the door and see if I can hear him inside.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception, or you know what? You're used to listening to sounds in the dark. You can roll survival.
Hey, you dead in there?
Can I do perception instead?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yep.
16.
Why is your survival less than perception?
It is.
Oh, jeez. 16. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty quiet. So a 16 is good in this environment. It's, you hear the creaking of the branches. It seems like either people are walking in other rooms along the tree line, or just the wind is sort of naturally moving this tree around, and you can feel a little bit of creaking. But you cut through and press your ear against his heavy, thick bedroom door, and you do hear a resonant snoring, like a log is being sawed in half. And you recognize the sound as that of Kravish's unconscious rattle. But he sounds ill. He sounds sick. He coughs every now and then, and it's a wet cough. Doesn't wake him up or anything, but it's just he's definitely sounded better.
All right, I'll quietly, so I don't actually wake him, but say just in front of the door, "Sleep well, my friend," and then carry on to my room.
Kravish, you are unconscious and dreamless for a large portion of this night. But something worms its way into your mind and wakes you up within your sleep. It's not a image or a voice or a smell. It is a feeling. It is a feeling of bamboozlement, that subtle embarrassment that you were gotten. And with that feeling comes a certain guilt of a singular nature you've never felt before. I mean, you've failed at things, you've embarrassed yourself before. I mean, you're a bard. But never with such crushing reality and bone-chilling fright that this almost ended everything for you. It's very lucid, this feeling. And you definitely feel a pull in your chest that never left. Ever since the knife was put there, it felt like it's still in your chest. There's no pain. But in the night, you kind of come out of your sleep briefly to scratch at it. And there's fear.
Yeah.
There's fear. Fear of definitely what you've been through. Those eyes, you don't see them. Just feel them watching you. But they're not watching you. And you drift off to sleep, being interrupted half a dozen times by the wind, a screech of some bird, but you do get your rest, and the morning finds you all. Kravish, you may remove 1 from all of your restrictions.
That -3 to everything.
Yep. You all can hear
Can we get a long rest?
Yes, I'm sorry. Everybody gets a long rest.
There we
go. Ahead and replenish your hit dice and HP. Now, just curiously, point of order from the DM, who took the most damage last night? I mean, from both fights, in total.
I was down to 22 hit points of 68.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Axton. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Did you get hit with acid?
I don't think I did.
He sort of did.
Did I?
You were
well,
harvesting.
You grabbed the tongue.
You were harvesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're okay. You wake up, your hand is fine. It's a little sore and tender, and there's like a smell. You guys haven't bathed, by the way. I'm not granting that for free. You guys all stink, but you do feel relaxed, rested. Your joints and muscles are sore, but you do feel ready for the day. Axton, you will notice that your arm, on one side, there is a deep wound scar that's slowly healing. Because you did not use magic to fully heal, and you got pretty hurt. You're probably going to bear this one for a while, if not forever. There's just like a big gash across
I'll use magic to heal. I'll use cure wounds and lesser restoration if I have to.
Okay. Yeah. In the time that you do that, your body rejects this new natural healing scar, and yeah, it looks like it evens itself out.
I'm gonna have a clean body if I can.
My body is a temple. So, yeah, the morning you can smell the smell of eggs and potatoes, and looks like Bartok is at the bar right now, and one of his kind of like, you've seen him before. It's just a little brown floppy haired halfling, kind of milling about the place. As there are a couple people here. There's somebody at the bar munching on some eggs and drinking some brown ale.
Just for fun, also, DM, who would be the first person to come across Baranor?
Well, depends on what you were doing. Were you only need 4 hours of sleep, so
no, I need 8. I'm only half elf.
Oh, you need 8? Okay, yeah, you wake up with Luna. She was awake before you.
Right.
It's definitely going to take you guys. I would say definitely Eothara sees you first.
Eothara, okay. Eothara, then, she knows very well that Baranor's eyes are usually brown color. Just a boring kind of brown. But right now, they are purple. She can use that knowledge to whatever she feels like.
She's looking at you a little funny, a little hungover. Totally fine. What happened to your eyeballs?
What do you mean?
They're not brown, my friend. They are very purple. Here. And then I show him some kind of reflective surface. They're purple, my guy. Like...
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What's
going on? What are you telling me? Do I get to know a secret? You know I'm really bad at keeping those.
I'll tell you in good time. Just...
No! Why? Fine. I'm gonna drink my coffee with my very clean body because I have 4 extra hours, so I definitely bathed.
Oh yeah.
You smell bad, go shower. Side eye.
So, there's Bartok behind the bar. It looks like he has replaced his axe, but behind the bottles of the bar, just under a large kind of dusty mirror, and there's a large cloth over it, completely covering it, and you don't know why you never noticed before.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Bartok.
Morning.
How'd everybody sleep?
Like the dead.
Or timing, dumbass.
Yeah, too soon, man. Too soon.
Well, can I get you anything? Maybe a nice hot meal.
Now, point of order, the whole party is not here at this location right now, because and I, or what?
You all rose within the same place at the same time, but Kravish and Yuno is with them. Kravish, you kind of got up with everybody, but didn't get out of your room, and they just they sort of made their way to the Rusty Cup, and you followed them, but you just kept finding yourself trailing behind.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of the last one in the door.
I'm like, I don't think any of the members of the party would have left Kravish alone.
No. He's just not talking much, and he still looks like crap. I mean, he just looks like death warmed over, and still smells. You all smell.
Yeah. Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Kravish. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm not dead anymore. We'll go from there.
That's not what I thought. Thought you were dead, mate.
I mean, that's a 100% improvement right there. Literally 100% improvement from being dead. just glad to have you back, man.
Thank you. I'd like to say it's good to be back, but that may take another day or two.
Very true.
But we have plans to make, do we not?
We do. We received some intel last night, and I think we're going to make a plan today to see what the immediate future holds.
Have we figured out how we're going to get any reinforcements from Dane?
I don't know if we can get reinforcements from Dane, but we'll see.
Well,
Did we find Kravish clothes that aren't soaked in blood? Just out of curiosity.
Actually, nobody mentioned that they grabbed all of his stuff, so his clothes are technically all in Dane. This is sort of... I'm going to be nice and say that someone was smart enough to grab his armor.
Okay.
But he
I throw a
has literally...
tablecloth over him.
He has no weapons. He has
a weapon. Well, he has Anthem's Edge.
He has Anthem's Edge, and he has his. He does have his mandolin as well. Someone was cool enough to grab that, but nothing else. It's all back in Dane.
Okay, I'm just gonna go and try to find someone that might be the same size-ish, and see if I can get him something to wear underneath his armor. Because we cannot have that.
I don't think I need my armor. Because
not right now.
You can tell that my scales look thicker and harder.
Oh, he did a thing. A lovely thing. Okay, well, we need to get you close anyway, because this is not... I cannot allow this to happen.
Neither can I. This is not
as someone, one person that loves to have lots of beautiful clothing to another, this cannot happen. We're gonna go find you some clothing, okay?
No idea for a wardrobe.
Nothing I have is going to be long enough for 7 feet over here, okay? Like, I'm 5'2". Like, yeah. I mean, you look good, but I mean, you are covered in your own blood still.
Yeah, I look okay for a dead guy.
Yeah, we're gonna figure something out, because this is not the look. It's not the good look.
No, not a good look to be, planning to storm the Dragon's Lair in.
We'll figure something out, dear. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we're not storming the actual lair here anytime soon. One step at a time, guys. One step at a time.
You definitely look out the side of your side eye at the end of the bar, and you see what looks like a kind of a balding with kind of gray patches of hair around about his head, human with sort of a chin beard of white fluffy hair, just sort of snorting to himself as you guys discuss all this. And he looks like he's eating potatoes.
Does he look like he's wearing anything that would mark him as Marquis or as Syndicate?
Well, you would know that people typically have a fleur-de-lis tattoo on their lower neck that they can pull aside and show each other if need be. He's wearing sort of a high-necked shirt, so you don't really see anything. But I mean, there's people walking by him, and it's not like anybody's like, "Who are you?"
Right. But I mean, this still is a tavern. Has it been completely shut off to any and all non-syndicate members?
You see people that you do recognize that you've seen a couple times, you specifically, walking around, and you see people that you don't recognize. It's tough to tell. There's been a lot of growth in the guild, so it's, I don't know. There's about 7 or 8 people in the tavern right now. 2 are at the bar, and there's people kind of someone will walk out, someone will walk in. You might recognize them, you might not.
All right.
Cool. It's not terribly busy or packed or anything.
Yeah. All right.
So what is this information you guys discovered last night?
So within the next...
As we find a private area, and we're not just talking out in the...
Sure. Let's take this to a corner table or something.
I mean, it's a thieves guild. I would say all the corner tables are taken, and that's it. But yeah, everyone's had that idea already.
Okay. Hang on.
But yeah, you find a table without too much attention.
Well, all right. So let me. Where is it? It's in my actions. Okay. 4 creatures. Okay. I'm gonna try something, guys. Let's bear with me here for a second.
Oh boy.
So you see me or you see Baranor kind of focus for a second, like kind of scrunch his face, and in the minds of Koza, Axton, and Kravish. So that's everybody except Iothara, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And not Luna.
And not Luna. You hear you hear Baranor's voice go, "Hello."
Whoa! The fuck is this?
Wait. This is new.
Is it in your voice?
It is in my voice.
Okay. You all hear Baranor clearly.
Yeah. So this is an ability that I have had since I was a child, but kind of suppressed it. Mother told me, it was kind of frowned upon. Something that may have been passed down from my father. I don't know.
Because it's fun, real quick, just because it's fun, this is your first time using it.
Sure.
What happens if somebody thinks back at you?
They can.
I try to think back at Bear.
So
hold on.
So it is two-way communication.
Okay.
But I am kind of I'm the circuit board right now.
Right.
So
okay.
they can't talk to each other. They can only talk back to me.
Okay. So in your mind,
a group chat.
Yeah. In your mind, Baranor, you hear adjacent to you, you accidentally, with this burst of psychic energy, you grabbed one of the bar patrons with it too,
well,
so in your head you hear...
It's only 4.
I know, but this is your first time using it, and you kind of overextended your ability, and you hear in your head this old guy at a table all by himself just kind of go, "Mother?"
Okay, I can drop it on him then. I just won't communicate with him.
Okay.
Sorry, wrong person. Sorry, new phone for this. So yeah, the ability that I've had since a child, kind of repressed it, but Iothara kind of mentioned that my eyes were purple, and the last time that happened, I had this kind of ability. So this is a way for us to
mighty useful.
So this is a way for us to communicate incognito. I can only do it with a certain amount of people and the amount of time varies, but I can do it.
And it cuts off. Just kidding.
I can do it up to a mile.
Ooh, nice.
Rary's telepathic bond.
Huh?
Rary's telepathic bond.
No, this is psychic whispers.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fancy.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I have a few more tricks that I might be able to do. I don't know. I'm still learning this. So, and then I'll cut it off on purpose as if it was like,
trying to see how to turn it off.
Sorry guys, I gotta practice this. Let's go to a table and figure this out.
You hear like he left the phone off the hook. How do I hang this thing up? Yeah, and all of that happened.
No longer in service.
All of that happened within like a split second as you guys took a step. You heard and felt this enter your mind.
Hello, Lord.
I am your god now. No.
Long may I reign.
Yeah.
There is
all
no
right.
danger.
So Kravish, the information that we got yesterday. I'm saying this out loud now because the connection's broken. What we found out last night was that within the next couple days, we're not sure exactly which day, within the next couple days, a shipment will be leaving to the Grove from an undisclosed location. We don't know if it's We've filled him in on the other hideout situation, the Dungeons Rest situation.
Yeah.
But we took that out, so we don't know if they're operating from there again or from another location. But in the next couple days, a shipment will be headed from there, and we think that we definitely need to see what's going on because, well, the Marquis' son is missing. Not the Marquis' son, the Duke's son is missing.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they meet at all?
No, our paths never crossed.
Never crossed? Not even at the ball?
No, he was not present at the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
the first time you saw him was when you met with the Duke after the ball, or during the fight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we filled him in on who.
Yeah.
We filled him in on who this person is. So we think Geodude is probably with the offering, since they say that something has been. I mean, he's a rock guy that, and his name is Giovanni. It fit. I thought you would appreciate the pun.
It's very funny.
Yeah, you should write that in the song. It's a good. Although trying to find something that rhymes with Geodude, probably is gonna be hard.
Rude.
I will give it all the attention it deserves. Moving on.
Yes.
Oh,
okay, so.
I missed this.
What do you mean you've missed this?
Ask Stephanie. This is the best part. This is everything.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. You said it in Eathar's voice, so I wasn't sure.
Bartok, you all. Sorry. Bartok, you notice that they've all sat down. You do have, 6 plates? Because at this point, Eathara has joined you all, of course. And you all sit around this table, and she just kind of sits next to Kravish, and she's kind of looking you over. And at this point, Bartok, you have their 6 breakfasts that you can serve to them.
Here you go, guys. Enjoy. Eat up.
Thank you, Bartok.
Thank you. Looks delicious as always.
Thanks.
Obliged. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Yeah, it's passable.
Kravish hasn't eaten in weeks, so.
Kravish, you're definitely not that hungry. You didn't sleep very well last night. You barely got enough rest to be considered as such. But yeah, your joints are still swelling and sore. You feel like you've got fever tongue, and you got a scratchy sore throat. You feel parched. You're thirsty more than anything. You find yourself downing breakfast ale like it's going out of style. Not obnoxiously, but everyone's noticing how thirsty you are.
Yeah. Just got this almost never-ending dry mouth right now.
Hopefully that won't last too long.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be great.
I don't know if there's anything I can do to help you. I don't know if lesser respiration would help you.
I don't know either. I'm kind of new at this.
Hey, if I could do anything, I would.
How about a drink for our friend?
Alright, sounds good.
Gargle, gargle,
Not too much. We do want him in his right state of mind.
I'm drinking mostly water.
Yeah, it's breakfast ale. It's basically water. Just slightly alkalized water.
Sure.
Let's see here.
It sounds like that we have 2 objectives for today. One, we need to ascertain where this shipment is meeting up at around here and when. And 2, we need to get re-equipped and, if we can, find some additional forces to help us in our attack on the Grove. Because, in case you haven't noticed, I'm not exactly 100% right now.
Yes, and if our last encounter proved anything, it's that Shekis was actually at the grove when the offering showed up.
So, if we could find somebody, I don't know, like an old bronze dragon?
Or brass. Copper. What was Giovanni?
I think it was.
What it was? Copper? Yeah.
He was a bronze dragon.
Bronze.
Yeah.
He was bronze.
I
Okay.
forget.
He was bronze.
Maybe somebody whose relative, like, runs a first-rate mercenary business.
I mean, we know a guy who has family connections.
And maybe in that fight, he did just enough to help repair some relations, enough to,
How come I feel like you guys are talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
don't know.
Did go talk with my nephew or great nephew?
Did he live through that fight?
Me? I'm only going on what you guys have told me.
No, the bloom.
Yeah, did my family members survive? Because I don't even know.
No, Axton saved him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, he was down, but Axton healed him.
Was that before or after Shekis attacked?
During.
Okay.
Is there a way for us to communicate with the Duke?
Somebody has the ability to send messages, right?
I would, but I don't have any spells like that.
This is just player. I do not recall us getting a sending stone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Koza only has the ability to send us via trees twice per day, so a trip there, trip back.
I mean, we've long rested. I could probably get us to Dane.
Right. And then a trip back.
Right. But do we really feel like facing the Duke while his son is nowhere to know?
He deserves the right to know.
You have a point, Kravish.
Plus, it may be the spur that he needs to may help expedite the process here.
Bronze dragon would certainly help.
Yeah, it definitely would help in a fight with a black dragon. What was the size difference between those two, by the way? When we saw them between the Duke and the Duke.
Duke was bigger, not by much, but a little bit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, Duke was freaking huge.
Yeah.
Huge bronze dragon.
But he was protecting people, so he just took the blunt of the attack, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, he was assuming mostly defensive posture.
Yeah.
So imagine if he was going balls to the wall offense.
That would be a sight to behold.
Yeah. The problem I have with that is that we don't know where he went. All we saw was he was transported from where we were. I don't know the limits of that spell. Do you guys? Like, he could be anywhere.
Yep, I know nothing.
Well, we do know people who can cast sending messages.
Do we?
Your cat friend.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can find somebody that we can send a message to the Duke.
Sure.
And we need more equipment.
I don't, just knowing Jen, I don't think Jen is going to want to send a message to the Duke.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I agree with Paranor.
Fair point.
Just build a little
Just
bit of
based off
insight.
principle.
Yeah.
Understood.
I mean, the right-hand man of the Marquis sending a message to the Duke of Dane. I don't think that's going to go over well. Even if they don't mention that they are, and they're just, relaying for us.
You're thinking no.
I don't want to trace anything back to Jen, back to the
Don't have to
Marquis.
explain anymore. Understood.
Yeah, Geodude was not exactly cool with this whole situation as it was.
So, do we go... Now, if I remember the remainder of your information, you said that something was supposed to go down at later this evening, was that right?
We don't know. It's any time within the next 2 days. Is what the message, what the scrawled note was about.
Well, let's try to get done.
Was the note in common?
It was.
Okay.
Easy enough to read.
Okay.
So let's get done what we need to get done in enough time so that we could get to make a raid.
All right. Where would we like to go first?
As you kind of lean back, you notice that Iathara is straight up gone.
What?
She's gone, and nobody saw her leave. Not even Axon with his crazy high perception.
Or Baranor with his high perception as well.
That's right. No one saw her leave. She is gone. Her chair is empty. Her plate is empty. She ate all of her food. Clean Plate Club. But
wait, the chair's still spinning?
No, it is static. It's like she literally vaporized and vanished away.
Oh, great! They got her too.
I guess any mention of any authority figure.
She Batman us, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Hate when she does that. Okay.
So rude.
Okay.
Smoke bomb. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's a little more subtle than that, but yeah.
Kravish.
Great if she smoked bombed and was still there when the dust cleared.
Yes, Baranor.
What would you like to do?
I would like to get to Dane.
All right.
For some reason, I just feel too vulnerable out here right now. That's me.
So if I recall the map correctly, the Grove is very close to Rathburn.
It is about, from what you can see on the map, it's somewhere between a 2 and 3 hour hike, even on a horse, to the northeast.
Okay.
So it's rather close.
Okay.
Yeah, but just right now we're in a pretty vulnerable position if they decided to retaliate.
Okay. We do have the syndicate here with us. I mean, they're not going to exactly throw down their lives for us, but if they attack the tavern or whatnot. But yeah, we can go back to Dane. Koza, do you think we can manage that?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable enough.
Would like to also, we have friends there, the Hargroves. We could probably check in with them, let them know what's going on.
Okay.
Kravish, I know you want to talk to the Duke. Not sure how that's going to go down, but who am I to deny a dying man's wish?
You're ridiculous. Would like to show back up now.
Say that. Pop right up.
I'm back! Hi.
And then poof, gone.
Yeah.
Would like to walk down the stairs, be like, hello. You guys, are we done talking about what we're doing? Have we figured it out yet? Because this is so boring. I cannot deal with it. I had to do a little shopping. So, Mr. Kravish, sir, I have a couple options for you because I cannot stand looking at you like that. Okay. So, this is option 1, plain, boring, basic. Okay?
Tell her
I'm in
that
the wrong one. Excuse me.
anyone want to tell
sorry.
her that we're going literally to where Kavish's stuff is?
No.
Okay.
And then I also have option 2, which I like better, but might be a little bit too much. I know, I'm a little over the top sometimes. So,
Oh, wow.
which one do you want?
If there's anything I've learned in my travels is that it's never too much.
Oh, thank God. Someone after my own heart, finally. Oh.
All right. Bartok, is there a bathhouse or any way to get a bath going?
In Rathburn?
Bartok, I mean, you'll know that there is it's not a bathhouse, but it's an inn that has kind of baths that you can rent by the hour. They're single baths, and you've never been there because you're not a big fan of baths.
Yeah, I might not be too hygienic myself, but that's a good place to get yourself cleaned up.
Oh, good. Let's do that. Let's all do that, okay?
Alright, so first thing, bath. Second thing, go to Dane.
Yeah, especially if we're...
Yathara, we're thinking of going to Dane. How do you feel about that?
I guess we're supposed to go with you, so yes, I'll be going. But I'm going to complain the whole time. I don't like it there.
You are free to do so.
All right. Let's get ourselves a little less ripe smelling.
All right, sounds good.
Did you I like this look that I'm seeing, but I'm seeing a conflicting set of pictures. Are you wearing the sheer?
Oh yeah.
Is that over the dashing vest?
I think those were two separate outfits.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, he could combine the two if you wanted to. a little from column A, a little column B.
Oh
yeah. The sheer is definitely doesn't cover up your scales. Although your scales right now are not as brilliantly shiny as they usually are. I mean, you're a silver dragonborn, you're not a platinum dragonborn, so it's not like they glisten like Anthem's Edge does. But they're decidedly dull today. They're not as dull as they were last night, but there's kind of a green, sort of almost like a licheny or mossy kind of hue to the edges of your scales. Pretty dull.
Yeah.
You definitely look better than anybody else in town.
It's not really hard to do.
Yeah.
Hello, Bart. All right, let's go get ourselves cleaned up.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's go
the hotel is nothing special. There's a kind of a warty looking half human, half halfling, kind of a short guy with a big pudgy nose and curly brown hair. And he lets you in. He charges you to use the bath. Just for the bath, he charges you $1 a piece. It's pretty cheap.
Gotcha.
And while you are all sort of bathing and in these individual tubs, they all happen to be in the same room. There's curtains that sort of divide each one, but you all face sort of a central basin. Where it looks like that's where you get your hot water from. You all just sort of are relaxing for a moment, and you hear the clinking of armor as several footsteps approach your bathing area, and you notice that they are brilliantly clad, armored individuals, and they just kind of stop right in front of that basin and look around just for a moment, just long enough for you to see them.
Okay. And what do we see?
That's what I said. Two armored individuals.
Can we help you?
I'm just trying to think, did we break any rules or did we do any crimes lately?
I mean, not recently.
There are problem officers?
This is a constitutionally protected act that we're doing.
I know my rights!
They just kind of stand there for a moment. They look at each other, and you see one of them sort of take a half step forward. Are you the group known as the Crown Collectors?
No, we're sovereign citizens. We don't respect your authority.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
My friend does not speak for us. We are...
I'm not going to make you roll deception, because you very well could be a sovereign citizen at this point.
I think it's headcanon now that you know as a sovereign citizen.
I just look. The answer depends entirely on what your next question is.
Fair.
Well, it wouldn't be a question, it would be a statement of fact.
Well, who is asking?
Knights of Dane, representatives of His Honor the Duke.
Oh yeah, that's us. Then we are the Crown Collectors.
We're all
I was
naked
made
at this point, right?
Well, in various stages of nakedness, however you see fit.
Jose is completely nude.
Yeah, Baranor's naked.
Like full commando.
Yeah, through the steam, you see him reach into his from behind a plate of his armor and produce what looks like a rolled missive. He says, "My master bade me conveyance with you at once." And he hands the note to whoever's nearest to him.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, you unroll it, and it says the following. Crown Collectors. It is I, His Honor the Duke of Dane. I have received word through message by my son that he has been captured by the Black Wing. We are sending forces to you on the morrow. They shall be arriving thusly. Provide for them lodging and whatever supplies they may need for comestibles, for we will retrieve my son by nightfall. Respectfully, Raphael Corvino, Duke of Dane.
Anyone else feel like, that the assignment where you need to write an essay and it has to be 500 words? So you use extra words.
Therefore, I am unable to can.
Yeah.
This is very, 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 very important.
Yes. Okay, so that speeds up our timeline a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
would it be provide lodging? How many are they sending?
Is it just you two?
No, if I remember correctly, they're sending a battalion. Under 20 men.
Okay.
Is there lodging for 20 men in this?
How are we going to give lodgings to 20 men?
We could kill some thieves and take their houses.
Whoa. Not in front of the
Let's
people.
not resort to murder right away, right?
Shall I return a commitment on your part?
Yeah, we got it.
Very, very good.
Just don't expect
Good day
it
to you all.
Good day.
Noodles.
Bidet.
Doctor.
Are you saying you're bathing in a toilet?
Ever Palpatine.
Bidet. Anyways.
They bid their own way.
Yes.
And they kind of give you all a nod and they leave, and it sounds like they kind of, for those of you with really good hearing, because this is not a large establishment, you can hear that clinking heading further down the street into town.
Extend that to you. That's what you sound like.
Okay, well...
You ruin every stealth mission.
Well...
Giovanni's not here, so it's just you now.
Well, that solves one travel problem.
Do you still want to go to Dane?
I mean, that was one of the main reasons, but I can't place it. It's just a weird feeling I'm having right now. Maybe it's this whole, not being dead anymore thing.
I cannot relate.
Alright, so let's just enjoy the bath, okay?
Someone get my back.
Grubby brushes. You all kind of, you prune up real nicely, kind of conversating amongst each other, how you're feeling, what you're...
So I don't drown in the tub.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels real good to you, but it's not doing the trick. You still feel that itch in your chest. Your eyes, every time you close them, you have that fevery feeling where there's like a hot, kind of squishy feeling in your eyes. Mm-hmm. You find yourself coughing every now and then. Feel a little bit of blood in the back of your throat. Just a little bit. The bath doesn't seem to be really helping anything. Not even the smell. Everybody else is having a wonderful time, though. But Kravish is you're just one day down, you're just still having a hard go of it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you can't catch a deep breath without coughing up a lung.
Going through the motions.
But you do finish your baths, and as you leave the establishment, get yourselves dressed. You kind of run smack into somebody that Baranor and Eothara definitely recognize. His name is Tigor. and Tigor with a T.
Mm-hmm.
And he's what looks like kind of a very thin elven ranger-like thief who, Baranor, you've met him. You don't particularly think he's that special. But he kind of runs smack into you, and he just kind of has this wild-eyed expression in his eyes. He's just like, "Hurry, we must get to the Marquis now!" And he tears off towards the Rusty Cup.
All right, we tear on after him.
He beats you there. He is running full tilt while all of you are just kind of like, okay. So if you follow him, you get back to the Rusty Cup. You see people standing from their seated positions, as it looks like they're kind of following wherever he went down the stairs with their vision. You see them pulling on straps on their shoulders, pulling knives, checking them against their arm hair, slipping them back into place. So all of a sudden, everybody in here, including Bartok, who reaches behind the bar and grabs his axe.
Okay. What's going on, guys?
Didn't you hear? Forces massing somewhere outside of town.
Yeah, well, how about they keep it outside of town?
What kind of forces?
Don't know. Tigor just came ripping through here.
Well,
yeah, he told us to come back to the
out there
market.
that.
Well, let's talk to the Marquis. Let's talk to the Marquis. Let's talk to the man in charge here.
You go downstairs?
Yes, we go downstairs. Okay.
It's tough to get down there because people are kind of moving in and out of there.
Koza lead the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Koza width at best tunnel or passageway down there. But as you approach the area of the basement, everybody is now up and moving around and whispering to each other, and some of those whispers are curses. It seems like you see people kind of sharpening knives and swords. It looks like somebody's kind of hacking into a stump and just sort of shaping something made out of wood. You see people kind of restringing bows, and at the back you see the Marquis just kind of like arguing like forcefully with that man Tigor with Zhen next to him. And you very audibly hear, "What do you mean? How many did you see?" And you hear Tigor say, Dozens, Marquis. And you see the Marquis watches as you all kind of approach slowly, very confused looks on your faces. Concollectors, yes. Well, go ahead and tell them what you told me. Might as well. You are so adamant to rouse everyone to a panic. And Tigor just sort of turns and says, "We were ambushed on the road outside of town by scouts. My partner and I escaped. We took 2 down, but we followed their tracks back to where they were encamped. It wasn't just an encampment, it was a gathering. Dozens of them."
What flag were they flying?
No flags. Dark clothes. Pale faces. Hooked swords. Reminiscent of what these Darkwing or Blackwing typically wear and carry.
Oh, fuck.
At this point, you have all kind of conversed with members of the Syndicate about your adventures facing off against the Blackwing. So you kind of know who he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They did not see us. They're at least a day's march, if not less. But there were a lot of them. They are heading this way. We did our best to cover our tracks so not to lead them directly here, but I don't know. It seems like they're on their way anyway.
Well, let's tell them our news too.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, let's
Well, we've got news of some reinforcements from our side of the fence.
Really? Like who?
We received word that a battalion of soldiers flying the banner of the Duke of Dane should be here by the morrow.
Really? You did not think to tell me this as soon as you knew? It might be important for us to know.
This is literally as soon as we just found out.
Found out 15 minutes ago.
Bravo on your communication skills. Good to know.
We were
not exactly comfortable.
We were literally on our way to tell you, but we were interrupted by this, scout.
Well, I cannot say I will be comfortable in the presence of Imperial Knights of the Empire, but if we are to be besieged by
we were hoping
it would be good to have them with us.
We were hoping that the Syndicate would lay low. They're only here to retrieve the Duke's son.
The Duke's son? Well, as far as I know, the Duke's son is not here.
Yes.
The Duke's son is somewhere in the forest.
Yes, we know.
Aha. So you wish them to face off against this Blackwing incursion?
I mean, they were coming here.
Everybody in some
they were coming here to tackle the Blackwing as it was, and now we have an estimate of where the Blackwing actually is.
Well, Tigor, how well was they hidden? And you see Tigor just kind of, he kind of pulls this necklace from his neck, and he says, I'll be honest, I had to use a true sight medallion to see them. They were shrouded by magic. Not exactly sure a passing army will notice them.
So we need to act as locators, kind of.
Well, yeah, we need to
helping them
at least make them visible so that the army doesn't get overrun.
Point them in the right direction. Where were they? You said a day's ride out, but where?
They were
north, south, east, west.
They were to the west.
To the west, okay.
Northwest.
All right. That's exactly where the soldiers from Dane would be coming from.
Aha. So you think that perhaps we can catch them in something of a pincer move, yes?
Yes. I'm also worried that as somebody pointed out, that if you were hard to see them, or if they were hard to be seen, that the soldiers would run right into them.
Well,
unless they began moving and decided to lay low, perhaps they are tucked into the side of the forest where they can be avoided.
Or perfect place to ambush a passing force.
Well, if we could ambush the Black Wing from behind, if we could interfere with their ability to remain cloaked, then the advancing army of the Duke will be able to see them and could act accordingly.
Yes.
I will say this, that you guys know that there is a crazy amount of space north to south from where you imagine a third, like the King's Highway, where you would imagine the Dane army would come from, is much further south than where you are being told that they encountered these people. By a factor of probably maybe 10 or 20 miles. A day's journey is a large amount of space where two people could be technically west of Rathburn, but still be separated by a large space.
Okay, so it's not in the path then?
Well, you can get out a map and kind of compare what you all mean by where things are happening. The knights never gave you a clear pathway they're going, but you would imagine that a force.
a fastest route through the swamp and the woods. Like the King's Highway is further south than Rathburn. They would have to cut across and then slip through the swamp almost from the south to get to Rathburn, just the way everything is situated. And then where this guy said he saw them is a little further north than all that.
Okay. So the army is not in imminent danger of being ambushed.
But also not in a position to help us. Without word, anyways.
So we got to get word to them to how to use their course or where to intercept.
I don't know if we can even do that.
Koza?
Yes.
All right, first things first. Maybe we should locate this force?
Yes. Again, maybe Koza, can you fly now?
Not yet, unfortunately.
So they're a day out.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to still go to Dane and be still back in time? Or do we want to ride out there now and kind of scout it out?
May I offer an alternative plan?
Please.
We have a considerable force here. I have dozens of my own, more arriving every day from Brackenshire to outfit ourselves quite nicely in this swamp village. Get a word to your army, if possible, but this is a good town to fortify and defend. We could instigate a siege. Perhaps keep them out. It is a walled city, which you all know. It is a walled village with, hilltop-style, Walking Dead-style log spikes up surrounding the village. Like I said before, it's not an enormous village. It's not that big. But, so for it to be walled is not a crazy amount of wood.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we are making an assumption that they are headed to Rathburn. Right?
Well, they gave us the message, so I'm assuming they wanted to let us know.
No. I'm talking about the Black Wing.
I would think so. I mean, where else would they be going with such a fortified force?
Right.
Dane?
No, not Dane. They were coming in this direction.
Okay,
We tracked them overnight.
Okay, so they were headed to... Okay. But what is their intentions? Do they plan on conquering the town? Do they plan on just retaking the Dungeon's Rest?
That's why we're
starting a shipment?
Yeah. And you said there's
a shipment?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
That's a possibility. Because they were using the portal in the Dungeon's Rest before to send shipments. I don't know if they're able to recreate the portal as now, since we... the person who created the portal passed through the portal, correct?
Negative. You killed her.
Oh, okay.
Actually, technically, the gibbering mouther absorbed her.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't know if they have more people capable of creating portals like that, or as you said, maybe this is a now more primitive means of transporting the delivery.
Well, all I know is we are going to fortify the Rusty Cup, as well as a few structures surrounding it. If this Black Wing manage to get in front of this Dane force, well, then they will be surrounded by them and by us.
I think that's a good plan.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I would like to... I think we should scout them out.
I agree. I think
that's also a good plan.
So while the city's being fortified and the army is moving this direction, we can at least get there and get eyes on this force, and we don't have to action on. We just need to see what
they're doing.
Yeah, see their numbers, seeing what their intentions are. As you said, it could be a convoy, it could be just Do they have siege weapons? Do they have, do they have the ability to take down a town?
As much as I hate to suggest it, maybe a party geared for stealth should make this reconnaissance run. Because I am in no shape for travel like that.
Baranor looks over at Axton.
Not my fault.
Well, I have abilities that aid in stealth.
As do I.
So the ranger, the thief, the druid. If the Marquis wishes to send any additional men for a recon,
or women,
persons,
yeah.
Does that sound like that has merit, Marquis?
So, reconnaissance mission is well in order. I will lend you a few of my men too. Yigash, Metea, go with him. And you see two cloaked, leather-bound individuals kind of push off from the wall from their leaning posture. They don't show their face. Those of you with dark vision can see they're humanoid. Not sure if they're elf or human or not. They just sort of give their hoods give you a nod.
Is Lena not around? Lena? I think it was Lena.
Was that the drow that helped you out with the info?
I believe so.
Yes.
I could be getting her name wrong.
Yeah, you don't see her actually.
Okay. Darn. Okay. Well, that'll help greatly. So Kravish, you want to stay behind? Is that your intention?
I do. I can help assist with fortifications.
Okay.
Help rally the men as best I can.
Inspire them, you might say?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you weren't here, but the Marquis did express his desire to hear your music fill this tavern.
I appreciate the offer. If I'm up to it, I will be more than happy to oblige.
I think you have your mandolin. Would you like to borrow my lute as well, just in case?
I appreciate the offer, but I'm good.
All right, no problem.
Is there any instrument that you would like to have?
Can we get you anything? Anything at all?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like, is there any instrument that I could possibly produce that you would like?
Yeah, he can forge things.
Yeah. I'll also take the opportunity and take the time to reattune to Anthem's Edge.
Okay. So
Sure.
is Kravish
Sure.
is Kravish the only one staying?
I guess so.
Should I
See anybody
stay?
else piping
Should I
up?
go? Like, I'm not very stealthy, guys, but did you want me to stay or did you want me to go?
I mean, if we could procure you some like medium armor or something that doesn't rattle as you walk.
There's a butt.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Get some half plate or something.
Half plate, I believe, is not good for stealth either.
That's still heavy. Yeah.
You would literally need like leather or studded leather, or let me see here. What else?
There's a couple of mediums. There's a couple of mediums that aren't.
He could have breastplate or a chain shirt.
Yeah.
But a breastplate is literally just like a. It's just like a plate over your chest. That's kind of it.
You just take the rest of your armor off, except for the breastplate area.
Not sure that's how this works.
Worth a shot.
I mean, the DM obviously has the final say in that, but not sure.
He made this armor. I'll say he made this armor. He knows how to take it apart, and just using the front of the cuirass is no big deal. And I'll award the 14 plus your dex mod as your maximum AC, unless you got any other modifications.
I have no dex, so just 14.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, Axton, that's up to you if you want to accompany us.
I mean, if the goal is not to get hit with it, I don't see the reason. If you're just trying not to be seen, I don't see why you need any armor. It's just me. It's just me wanting to take advantage of your
10 armor without any, or 10 AC without armor.
If a scout has to fire his weapon, he has failed his mission.
That's right.
I failed before I start, but yes, I will try it.
You'll try it?
I'll try it.
What about you?
Okay. What was that last part?
What about Yuno?
Yuno? Why would Yuno not go?
He just has not ventured an opinion, yay or nay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I think
is Yuno going on this stealth mission?
Yay.
I'm like, Yuno has the ability to go invisible, I think, right?
And I'm going to do something nice for Axton here. Hold on 1 second.
Oh. What's he doing?
The wizard's gonna do stuff.
Oh, no.
Well, what's the time limit on that? Because we still have
Never
to go.
mind, because what I was going to do wouldn't help him because he has no dex. So, never mind. Goes up to Axton and uses prestidigitation to make his armor darker.
It is definitely a shade darker.
Nice.
Still clinks though.
But
Still
quiet.
clinky.
More, but less quiet.
It
Or
looks
more
quieter.
quiet. More quiet. Okay. Any other preparations we need to make?
I don't believe so.
Ethara, will you be joining us?
Do you even have to ask? Of course.
Okay.
Good luck and may the force be with you.
You believe in the Force now? Alright. I don't have anything else. Do we want to go now, or...
Unlike present, take
Okay.
advantage of as much of the day as you can. I mean, it does impede your ability to be stealthy, but
Yeah, it's probably midday right now. You guys have kind of been sitting and talking a little while and conversing. Ethar had time to go shopping and come back.
Yeah. Kravish, we do have a leftover horse that Giovanni had in case you need to get around a little faster.
thank you. All right, guys.
Yep.
32 wide right. Watch the option. Break.
All right, well, following the line of kind of where he pointed out where they were, you guys all kind of prepare.
We have a map, so could he point out on the map where he thinks they are?
He points on the map where he saw them. He did tell you that they were moving
Right.
when they spotted them. So it doesn't look like there's too many physical obstacles, no landmarks that would divert the group. It looks like they could pretty much make a straight shot through the swamp. And if you guys are kind of leaving, you do remember that he said he required true sight to see them.
Do we have the ability to do that? Does anyone have the ability to do that?
Can you
I don't
borrow
think
his
so.
True sight medallion?
What?
Can you borrow the guy's true sight medallion?
Oh, is that what he had? Oh.
Like, hey, dude, you give to the cause, man.
Well, whoever says that wants to say that, make a persuasion check.
Oh, this is not...
Even
are you
three.
Whoever rolls it, I give them guidance.
All right.
Kravish, I'm pretty sure you have inspiration too. I gave that to you last session.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, he hands it over. He's like, "Oh, good for the cause, brother."
Even with a -3, it's still 29.
Yeah.
I'm back.
And then plus a D4 for
No doubt.
for guidance.
So it's really 31. What? Right?
Yeah. So I'm back.
Well, whatever
Or
his
33.
D4 roll,
Yeah.
whatever the D4 roll would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Either way. You
Well,
wanna
the
pass
day
that
is
over?
yours for what you
wanna pass that over to
wish
Axton?
do. Yeah, somebody can take it. It's he kind of just points out that all you do is you hold it in your hand once you're wearing the chain. You push the little circle on the back of the pendant, and you are granted true sight up to 500 meters away.
Oh wow.
For about a minute.
Okay.
It's got 3 charges.
So weird meme there, Axton.
And he kind of before he lets go of the chain as you're holding, and he's like, "I want this pack. This is a loan. Do not lose this, and do not die and get captured by the enemy." And he lets it go.
Okay.
As you sit there, kind of getting your stuff ready, and sort of one by one leaving the rusty cup, the noonday sun hits you. It is sunny out, which is rare for the Calded Sticks. The sun is piercing through a thin layer of overlapping clouds. The clouds themselves a bit gray, but the sun shines down on you in what feels like you haven't seen in a few days at the very least. And while you kind of make your way out of the Rusty Cup towards the center of town, we're going to take a quick break.
Alrighty.
Okay.
It's going to be a quick one. We'll meet back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just a quick 10-minute break, and we'll see you when we get back.
Sounds good.
All right. See ya.
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody hear me? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What's up?
What's up?
Jesus.
Rather
All right.
aggressive.
That's a callback right there.
So you're standing in the middle of town. You do have horses here,
Yeah.
and I believe everybody has one at this point. It is midday. What would you all like to do moving forward? The spot on the map that he said he saw them while they were moving. Now, I will say that he did tell you they were moving at what could be considered a slow pace.
Okay.
So let me quickly.
But it was a day's hard ride, right?
Yeah. Well, a day's hard ride. They didn't ride back. They teleported. Is what he told you.
Okay. But he estimated it was a day's hard ride. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we've got a little bit.
Yes. You guys do, and we have time to get out there.
It looks like he indicated that if they were moving, and they were a hard day's travel away. It looks like they were about 30 miles, but they were traveling slowly. So a typical march of a force of, who knows how many. He just said dozens. He wasn't sure how much.
Right. I do have a sending stone that communicates with Jen, so we can report back once we're there and have eyes on.
So, what is the marching order and what is the travel pace?
They're a day's hard ride. I'd say at least for the first part of the day, we're riding pretty hard.
I will be not in the lead, but just behind whoever's in the lead.
I'll take the lead.
Okay. Now, when he says day's hard ride, he doesn't mean 24 hours.
Yeah,
he means like sun up to sundown. You're there if you ride fast.
Right, and it's noon right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if we were to ride hard, we would get there around nighttime. But if we slow it down to a more conservative pace, around half-ish way, considering they're coming toward us, the whole one train leaves Station A and one train leaves Station B when they meet. That type of math equation.
Okay.
Should be slow down and hopefully come upon them a little more cautiously.
Okay.
At about nightfall, I want to say, if I'm doing this estimation in my head right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Around nightfall is when you would come upon them. Sure.
Okay. You don't need to confirm that. That's just what Baranor's thinking right now. That's his idea, anyways. You're the really smart one. What do you think?
I think it sounds like a solid plan.
All right. Glad to have your input.
All right. Well, I'll have a marching order.
Yep. Baranor in front.
Baranor in front.
Koza's in the middle.
Koza in the middle. Now, the big boys, Kravish and Koza.
Kravish is staying behind.
Sorry, Kravish is staying behind. So Koza, and I'm not going to roll this against Axton. Koza, I'm going to need an animal handling check from you, as riding hard is difficult for a horse, even a big horse, to carry you. So you're going to have to coax it along with some gentle words of encouragement.
You can do this.
Can't you speak with animals and help?
I can. I can do that as a firbolg.
You can. All right, so you can do an animal handling check, or you can do a persuasion check and speak to it directly. It's your choice.
Let's see which one's.
Let me ride you.
I'm gonna do animal handling.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 15.
15. All right. You trail to the back and get to the point where you are kind of bringing up the rear. Your horse is having trouble as you guys take off. And I mean, on a ripping tear to the west, into this, or the northwest, really, towards the direction that Tigor had pointed out on the map. It looks like they're where he saw them. They're sort of riding the Grasping Ridge edge as it meets up with the giant lake that houses the Bogmother's Island. And you definitely feel like you guys are going to have to make like brief stops to water your horses and let them take a breather before kicking off again. So at a fast pace, that's going to be 30 miles per day. By nightfall, you're going to, I would say, close the distance about 3/4 of the way, and you're going to have to ride into the night to catch up to where he said they might be by the time they get to you. Because they're moving towards you, but you're racing at them really fast. So what I'm going to need is...
we don't want to come on. We don't want to come upon them at full speed.
Oh yeah, I'm going to need as you guys ride hard and then stop occasionally and water your horses, I'm just going to need a perception check from everybody, and the one out front, Baranor, you get to make yours at advantage.
All right. Let me know if a 26 is not enough.
16.
18, 15, 16.
I'm going to use guidance on mine.
Hang on. Mine's not great. 3. Or no, sorry, 5.
Yeah, Koza, you are bringing up the rear pretty much to the point where you're sort of slowing down the group because your horse is having trouble at this fast pace holding your giant frame on top of it, and it doesn't throw you from the horse. If you had gotten much lower, you probably would have had to recover from the horse tripping or falling or throwing you. You managed to stay on it, which is good. So I'm going to say, Baranor, it's hard to really... it's really hard to scan the horizon when you're bouncing up and down in your saddle. You're not the most adept rider. You're much more comfortable kind of sneaking through the woods. But with Luna by your side, just keeping up in pace, you're able to spot in the distance as the sun goes down, torches. Lots of torches. They're in the trees. You guys have been kind of impaced with this sporadically placed swamp tree forest that you've been sort of ducking and weaving in and out of trees. There's enough of a clearing though that you can see sometimes up to 1/4 mile away. And when you get about maybe I'll say a generous amount of space where there's a large clearing, lots of streams and mud holes between you, but about maybe a mile away, maybe less, maybe 3/4 mile away, you see torches.
I'm gonna hold up my hand in a kind of like a halt. motion.
And then the torches go out.
Ooh.
And then they reappear in other places.
Wait, what?
And they go out. They reappear in other places. And you can hear this rumbling under your feet. And it seems like these torches belong to people that are phasing in and out. And you remember that this guy had to use True Sight to see them.
Got it. Okay.
But you can't see anybody. You can't see anyone.
Axton. All right. So the four of us that are there now, including Iothara, will hear my voice in their heads. And I will let them know what I'm seeing, and also let Axton know he needs to take out the pendant.
Pendant.
Pendant that he gave you, the True Sight.
Oh, I have one? Oh, okay.
That's who you guys decided that he gave it to.
Yep.
I would say by clicking this, Axton, you look out and you don't see any difference at all.
Okay.
I will say with your passive perception, you're able to gauge that they're too far away. He said they're about 500 meter. It's got a 500 meter range, which equals about 1,600 feet, and they're about a little under 4,000 feet away.
Okay. But how long does it last for?
It lasts a minute.
Oh, okay.
And it's got 3 charges.
Okay. Well, there's no. Okay, so they're not here yet.
Not here yet.
But they're close.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to move
They're
cautiously.
about
from here.
1,200 meters away.
All right, we should get out of their path, off into the wood line at least. I guess this is all wood line, but out of their path a little bit as they come toward us.
Out of their path a little bit. Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna say.
Depending on how they're phasing in and out, I'd like to know how they're doing that.
I don't. I think it's a part of the True Sight thing that you're not able to see them correctly. I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
So will I.
Wait. What?
I also have Pass Without a Trace.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
but
are
it
you
doesn't
casting?
stack.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't. So, do you want to do it? How many spell slots do you have?
I mean, I have an ability that gives us a +5 to stealth.
Say
But-
what?
Yeah, it's the druid ability that I just got.
Okay.
It's like a 30-foot Leomund's tiny hut,
Yeah.
but it gives we can't. It's not like nothing passes through it, but it gives us +5 to stealth and perception checks.
Okay.
Does it? And can you move?
It doesn't move with me. I have to choose a spot.
Oh, okay. So you can stay put,
casting it?
is what you're saying.
As long as we're staying put, I can throw it up.
So are you casting Pass Without a Trace?
No, I'm good on that front.
Okay. I will cast Pass Without a Trace then. And then what? Okay. I'm getting yelled at from another room. So and then we'll move out of the way of them, so they will pass essentially right by us. Keep an eye on the torches phasing in and out and let Axton know when they're within what I estimate to be the range of the pendant.
All right. Well, he notices that when they're 500 meters away, he notices that they are a huge, like as soon as they start to pass into his field, it takes you guys about 45 seconds to get into position. With Pass Without a Trace and his +5, that's +15. I mean, you guys would have to get a literally 3, 2, or a 1 for anybody to see you. So you guys are very, very well hidden. You're actually inside of sort of a berm of pine trees that are sort of jutting out. They're dripping with vines, and some of them are dead, but you're able to kind of hide in the shrubs, even your horses, and you notice this force. The rumbling grows. There are a lot of humanoids traveling. They've got horses, they've got lances, they've got spears, they've got wagons with weapons sticking out of them. They've got what looks like a ballista on the back of a slab that's being dragged by these two huge, almost elephant-like creatures, except they've got longer, thinner limbs, and they're moving the same pace. The whole army is moving at a slow pace, roughly faster than a brisk walk, but it looks like they're all sort of hiding under this shroud that you notice is being emitted by what look like 5 or 6 magic users spread evenly throughout, and all of these magic users are also, looks like they have people around them sort of protecting them with these glass domes with kind of writing around them. Magic arcane writing sort of scrawls in and all around them and phases in and out. So there's a significant force moving through this area. They're about maybe 20 wide and I don't know, maybe almost 60, 70 deep, and just rows and rows and rows. They're not marching per se, but they are kind of moving in one large conglomeration, and at the outer edges are these huge hulking humanoids with spiked armor, with giant huge spiked clubs and great swords and great axes on the outer perimeter, and they're all just kind of moving together, and you see little smaller humanoids flitting in and out of the edges, sort of looking around and standing on people's shoulders, looking at the edges, and you see them look right in your direction. And then they continue moving. It seems for now you guys are hidden. You're about, like I said, about a little over 1,000 feet away as they pass away from you. And you can't see the entire force. You just see this chunk of it as this part of this moving force, this moving army, phases into that effect of the pendant. And by then, it blinks out and they all disappear again.
So 1,400 people.
No, about 1,400 feet away.
No. You said 20 deep and 70, or 20 across, 70 deep people. Amount of people.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure. Maybe 20 deep was a little much. You're not exactly sure because you're not even seeing the whole force. They're also kind of spread out too. Okay. It looks like anywhere between 100 and 200 people that you can see. You're not exactly keen on counting individually.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
a stacked wedding to be sure.
Yeah, Axton would be relaying all this, I would imagine.
I count 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Count each soldier individually.
Yeah.
There are exactly 1,470
Kung Pao thing.
And then he stifles a sneeze and has to start counting all over again.
Yeah.
1, 2.
They're moving past you.
Okay.
Starting to move away.
I am taking out the sending stone and letting Jen know what we are seeing.
Should I slow their pace and cast plant growth?
Oh my god.
You certainly could. I mean, it would cover 100 square feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 100 foot? What is the wordage of that? Plant growth.
I got it here. Yeah, that's the wording. 100 foot
100
radius.
square feet. Ah, okay. 100 foot radius, so 200 feet end to end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to do that?
Sure.
You have to be 100 feet away, and you're not. You're way farther away than that. And they're getting further away as you sit here and think about it.
Are we able to see the torches phasing in and out still?
Every now and then, it's almost like the cloaking spell is not really powerful enough to hide like light. It's almost like they can shroud, dark colored humans, but light is very bright, difficult, and every now and then the plume of a flame kind of pops through the spell and you can kind of see it. Every now and then you see a torch. They're getting farther away. For sure.
Start following them, guys? Alright.
I think we should.
We move to follow.
Who has a line of communication with the Marquis?
I have already let Jen know what we've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to relay back to you. That's good to know, Valandiir. We will prepare for those numbers here as best we can.
I'll let him know about how far we are out. Kind of give him an estimate of distance and time with their pace and whatnot. It's nighttime right now at this point.
Yeah, very, very late.
Okay.
Very late.
Okay, we'll follow at a comfortable distance. Kind of gauging the distance just off of their phasing torchlight, moving as slowly as they are, keeping pace.
Okay. At this point, I am going to need. What'd you say?
I was going to say, how far back are we?
How far back do you want to be?
That's what I want to know.
It's up to you.
I'm keeping within range so that we can see their.
You can see their torchlights from miles away,
and
it's light in the middle of darkness.
Yeah.
You don't need. I don't rule that you need dark vision to see a torch in the middle of the night.
Right.
So you can be as far away as you want. You could be 3 miles away and probably see torches every now and then.
I don't think we're going to be a mile away. I think half a mile maybe. Half a mile to a mile.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like 2,500 feet.
Then the tail element up there. Yeah. And we're not giving it off any light. So.
No, you're not.
Yeah. There.
So I'll just need if no one's looking for you, I don't need a roll. I will take a perception check from anyone who is kind of keeping an eye behind you, keeping an with ahead of you. Just a quick perception check from somebody.
I will provide that.
I'm the one in front, so still with advantage or just normal?
Advantage. No one's looking at you.
All right. And let me know if I fail this. So.
Even at what did you say? You were at a half a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still hear the rumbling of this army.
Yeah.
It's not really an army. It's it's only what you can tell, maybe a couple hundred people at most. You can still hear the rumbling of their horse hooves and their marching and these vehicles or siege weapons that they're moving.
Now, when we saw them pass, were we able to determine that they were in fact Blackwing?
I mean, they all look. It was very dark, and True Sight doesn't really add to light, which is kind of weird. You think they could, but I mean, based on that, the fact that they all seem to be wearing very dark clothing. They're pretty much right where Tigor said they would be. I'm going to leave that up to your deduction.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
So if you're keeping pace behind them...
Do they look like they're going to be making camp at any time?
They do not. They are not stopping at all. I'm going to say you're keeping pace with them for about an hour. And it's very, very, very late. It's getting to the point where you guys are getting tired, and they don't seem to be stopping.
Okay. All right. We're gonna need to take a rest here, guys. I will communicate again with Jen. How many? Does the Sending Stone have a number of charges or something? Or is it just...
you're able to use it three times a day.
Okay, so I think I've used it twice, or just once.
You used it twice.
Twice. All right. I will use it a third time.
Okay.
And to let Jen know we followed them to give our approximate location, and that we're exhausted. We have to take at least a little bit of a break, and then we'll catch up. We'll catch up after that. Judging by their pace, would they get there by morning to the town?
If they went through the night, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So we'll relay that as well, and so we will be, by the time they hit the town, we should be coming up on their rear again.
Okay. So you're going to take a short rest or a long rest?
Well, we're nearing exhaustion, so we would need to take would they need to take a long rest, or can a short rest work?
You would have to use a level of exhaustion if you took a short rest. Because you guys got up at like 8 or 9 in the morning, and you traveled all day long, and now it's nearing, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when you finally caught up with them.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say you'd need a full rest if you wanted to not have to suffer exhaustion.
But if we took a full rest, would they be upon the city by the time we woke up?
Don't know. Could be.
Just kind of estimating between.
It would definitely be close.
Okay.
It would definitely be close, and that's when they would be there, right? Yeah. And right. You would still have to get there.
Got it.
Is what you guys kind of surmise.
Okay, what's the vote, guys?
Do we want to teleport back and prepare for battle, or
I say we go back.
Oh, true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I think we should help. Now that we know what we're dealing with, I think we should help the town prepare as much as they can.
Well, we also need to sleep. We need to sleep, though.
Well, yeah, but
okay.
Go back first, so that way we're not dead in the water.
All right. We'll fall back a little bit further, and then Koza find a tree.
Okay. Koza, give me a survival check with advantage.
All right.
The way that worded out, Koza's going to go find a tree. And it just kind of...
I'm going to go find a tree. Bye, guys.
All right. So, that's 16. Ooh, 26 with a natural 20.
Nice.
26, yeah. You don't find a tree. You find a stump. And at first you're like, that's a really wide stump. It's about maybe 7 feet tall. You're like, that's a really wide stump, but too bad it's a stump and it's not a tree, because you need a tree. With a roll that high, you kind of walk a little closer, you smell the air, you can smell verdant growth. And as you look in the center of this stump, you do see just this tiny little sapling just kind of springing through the rings of this thing where new growth in this tree has begun. And you realize, it technically is alive.
Sweet. So now it's like a warp pad.
Yeah.
Life needs things
to live. Everybody step on.
It's 6 feet wide, but it will not hold all the horses.
Ooh.
6 horses is definitely wider than 6 feet. It's, like I said, it's about 6-7 feet tall, so you could run at it if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like in normal way?
Yeah. Let's just do that.
Okie dokie.
I don't know what you were thinking.
Well, I was just thinking we could just fall through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's 7 feet tall, horses can't climb.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
No.
Regardless of what The Witcher 3 will have you believe.
Hey, my horse in Skyrim could scale mountains and shit.
Yeah,
that's true.
Man. Those things could do the impossible.
Yeah, but as soon as you get off your horse, you're flung to the next town.
Yeah.
You travel by giant. That's all you need to do. Okay.
The Skyrim space program.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, we go through the tree. Go to the stump.
He ignites his tiara. It grants you passage. You rush in and find yourself in the middle of the night on the stinky, sloppy, wet ground that you remember right in front of this tree. Actually, guys are starting to kind of dig a divot into the grass with how much you've been using this tree. But you find yourself on the outskirts of town. You definitely notice activity. You're not too far away from the front gates. And immediately a crossbow bolt whizzes by your head. I'm going to say...
Make the sign.
Last
make the
one
sign.
out. Let's see here. It ends up aiming towards Koza.
Oh, great.
Does a... it's only an 8. Rolled real low. So it stunks right in as the tree portal closes behind you. You see shunk right behind you. There's a crossbow bolt in it. And Yeah, you see the front of Rathburn is awash with activity. There's people placing barricades and sharpening wooden spikes that they're sticking in the ground and stuff. And you notice like almost the whole town is awake right now. There's somber looks of despair as people argue. Like, that's too high, or you're not going to be able to throw it very far if you hold it like that. There's a lot of panic and preparation going on as you approach as you approach the town itself. What do you wish to do? And yes, Baranor, you flash your. Sorry, Baranor. Yes, you flash your thieves' cant. It's received. The guy kind of gives you a sorry wave.
Yeah.
Whoopsie doodle.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you saying, Corey?
That I'm going to start walking along the battlements and start to play a song of encouragement, of valor, of courage, just to try to help calm everyone's emotions, get them focused on the job.
Are there any healers around? Like, is there like a medic station or anything like that? I imagine not. No? Okay.
Kravish, as you notice all of this going on around you, you're not up. You're awake.
Well, if it's late, I probably went
very late.
I probably could have heard the commotion.
It's very late. Oh, it's been like this all day. Ever since people heard about all of this, it's been like this all day long. People working through the night to fortify things and stash weapons and boarded up windows and things like the whole town has been made aware of this as the Marquis, and you'll know this because you were here while they were away. The Marquis spent a significant amount of resources to inform the citizenry of Rathburn, as his self-proclaimed benefactorness. He has decided to do what he can to protect this town. He only has a force of about 50 people, but you notice that the citizens of Rathburn have sort of banded together, and there are some of them kind of swinging axes onto logs to sort of hone their skill, and they got rusty swords that they're poking at haystacks and things. So the people here are trying. They're trying. So I'll say that before you went to bed, it was real late. Oh, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Is this just Kravish?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is before he went to bed.
Gotcha.
So, before you toddle off to bed, your achy fingers, it's almost like you've got arthritis, reach for your mandolin. So go ahead and give me a performance check. Nice. Wow. Is that minus your 3?
That is not minus my 3. It's 24.
It's still 24.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of strumming along, your fingernails appear like mottled gray. They're not their usual, brilliant white or yellow bone color. And your fingers kind of skip along the string at first. But you have trouble remembering the tunes that you used to freely flow from your mandolin until you see what looks like a young child being kind of led by his father, and this child has a wooden sword in his hand. And the child looks up at you and just kind of swings his sword as if to say, I can help too. And this inspires you. And you begin to kind of strum your mandolin and hum a little tune of perseverance at incredible disadvantage. The odds stacked against the heroes. You begin singing out loud, and as you do this, people kind of catch note of it and sort of, puff to themselves, but they have something in the back of their head that gives them hope. That was late at night. You toddled off to bed. The rest of you approach the town. The Marquis, Jen, they're nowhere to be seen. There's plenty of people that Baranor and Eothar recognize, as well as the rest of you see some people that you remember, especially shop owners and people that used to walk the streets. There was a couple of fights breaking out that have to be quieted down by members of the syndicate, as well as other citizens of Rathburn, as a way of, don't fight amongst ourselves, let's get this place ready and protect it.
right. Do we see the marquee out and about, or?
Nope.
Okay. We'll head.
Not even on your way. Not even on your way to the Rusty Cup. You don't see him. You don't see Shen.
Okay. Head to the Rusty Cup.
Leaning against the entrance of the Rusty Cup is Cheval, the drow, roguish rangery guy that intervened in the fight against the bar patrons of the Rusty Cup. Seemed to be one of the Marquis's right-hand men. He's just sort of leaning there with his arms crossed against the wall that shares the entrance of the Rusty Cup. There's people moving in and out of the tavern. He just sort of sees you, doesn't say anything, gives kind of the hand gesture. It kind of looks like a flick of the wrist and a couple fingers twirl, and kind of gives you a nod of respect.
Do I recognize what hand signal he just gave me?
Just the same one that you've been using.
Okay. I do it back. We made sure to bring their loner people back with us as well. I don't know if anybody remembered them. And head on in.
Okay. The place is pretty busy. There are people, at tables, but they don't seem to be drinking. They seem to mostly be sharpening weapons, comparing tools, things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, find the Marquis wherever he's at. Downstairs, maybe? I don't know.
Yep. You make your way. It's tough to get down the stairs, as there are rogues and the like moving in and out of the basement itself. You finally get down there, and there's not a lot of activity in the back, but there's a lot of people just sort of milling about the place, pointing to maps, saying this needs to be reinforced with sentries. We need to build an outpost there. We need some arrow slits in this tower here. Things like that. Sure. The Marquis is also not to be seen. And the back area where his curtain area is closed.
His curtain area? Okay. Do we see Zhen anywhere?
You do.
Okay.
Zhen is at the map table. He looks very tired. Bags under his eyes, which is hard to picture with a tabaxi anyway.
Sure. Alright, we'll flag him down as we head toward him anyways.
Eleanor. Late, eh? Burning midnight oil.
Yes, it appears that they are not stopping for even rest for the night, so they will be upon the city by morning. So we thought it better that we get here, get some rest, and be prepared for them come morning time.
I see. Yes. It would be good to get some rest. Prepare for the morning.
You definitely look like you need some yourself.
Yes, well, we will give these bastards what for.
Absolutely. Is the Marquis around?
He is asleep. His sleep schedule is not exactly interfered with even by war.
That makes sense. All right. We just wanted to relay that we were back in town, give you as much intel, Axton, to let him know what you saw in greater detail.
Yep, and I do so.
Yeah. And we'll try it. We'll, do you need any help, or are we able to get some rest?
Oh no, you are a scouting party. Well, it's necessary for even scouts to get their sleep. So
Indeed.
We are fortifying the outer walls and doubling the watch and the guard and doing what we can. Where do you all plan on being in the throes of this incursion? Do you wish to stay close to the Rusty Cup or patrol the streets or maybe the outer wall?
I would say I would prefer to be on the outer wall. I think Axton probably outer wall as well. I don't know.
I'm kind of curious how we're going to handle the siege weapons and the elephant-like creatures.
Yeah.
I think I'll stay behind the wall.
You don't want to be in front of it? Why not?
Yeah. Oh. I don't want to be in front of the wall either. I'd prefer to be like atop the wall where, I have a clear field of fire. Helms deep, motherfuckers. All right. Do we have any scouts out in front of the wall? Some early warning system?
Oh yes, there are plenty of my scouts that are scanning the perimeter of the outskirts of the city of the village. They will let us know when they are close.
All right. We shall prepare, and by prepare I mean get some rest, and then we shall be ready to fight in the morning.
As you turn away, he gives you a nod, and Axton, you feel a sharp tap on your shoulder.
Oh, damn it.
Yes?
And you turn around and you see Timur, and you notice that his eyes are slightly glowing, and he kind of puts his hand down, and a glyph that he had sort of suspended in midair drops, and he goes, "It's a fancy axe and a fancy halberd you got there, but it's that magical medallion around your neck that I'm detecting that interests me." And he holds out his hand.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Totally forgot. Here you go.
Yes, thank you very much. He kind of grabs it and stuffs it in his pocket and weaves in and out of the crowd.
In Axton's head, he hears, I hoped he'd forgot about that.
God, is that you? Oh, wait. Yeah, the God, is that you? Oh, wait, the Baron. Sorry.
Yes, actually.
No. The Allhammer.
It is I, the Allhammer.
The Allhammer totally sounds just like Baranor.
Yeah.
Kent,
just a coincidence.
Jesus, Kent.
I can make myself sound like however I wish, for I am the Allhammer.
That's right.
No, it's just me. I'm messing with you.
All right. Well, it is. If you wish to find lodging at this point, I'm going to say that you don't need to pay at the treetop because there is spaces being made, little cots and stuff all around town for people gearing up for the fight. If you guys just want to grab a quick 6 hours at one of these posts, you can totally do that.
Did we ever find lodging for like the people that were coming to help us?
I think we have more pressing issues, Axton.
I was just wondering.
We can't find lodging for them if there's not a city left for them to have lodging in.
That's true. Okay.
Priorities.
That's right.
Yeah, so we will go find somewhere to sleep.
The eve of war.
Yep.
Or a heavy skirmish, to be sure. No true armies on either side to speak of, but definitely a conflict. As you all settle into your racks, do your best to slam your eyelids shut and try to drift off to sleep.
Oh.
Is there anything anybody wants to do? Yes, no, yes.
No.
Pretty much hit the rack.
All right. You are all jerked awake out of your sleep. It is still early, but you hear a panicked and hurried quickening of pace of everyone around you. People are desperately strapping on armor and sheathing weapons. One of the syndicate guards brushes by you and slams into Axton as you're trying to pull on a pauldron. He's like, "Sorry, mate." You see people moving towards the center of, towards the western gate. You see people just sort of hiking there, some jogging, some sprint out running, some walking.
I'll help Axton put his armor on if that helps.
Thank you.
Expedite that.
All right, that's going to be still 10 minutes.
Was it still 10 minutes with people helping?
Are you proficient in putting in armor?
No, that's fair. I'm only proficient in medium armor, so.
Well, it's not long that you guys start moving towards the outer wall.
Yep.
That you start to hear drums. And right at the western gate, as you approach it, you start to see lights in the sky. Start to arc towards you.
Oh boy.
And land on the thatched roofs of the huts. Fire arrows.
Hey, it's a Mel Brooks movie.
Fire arrows start to rain down on Rathburn. The dry straw, as it hasn't rained in a few days, instantly catches. You start to see people panicking as they try to throw water up on their roofs. The fire grows, and you're all about maybe 100 feet from the western gate. You see everyone on top of the wall say, they're here, take cover! And then the western gate explodes. A fireball erupts from the top, catching dozens of men on either side of the gate on fire and blasted backwards. You start to see a force of creatures in dark clothing rush towards the part of the town that you're in. You're about maybe 75 feet away. Quickly, what do you all do?
Well, gentlemen, I was hoping to be able to at least say something inspiring and cool, but I guess we don't have time for that. So, best
The worst happens, it was nice knowing you.
I'm sorry, Kravish.
Today is a good day to die.
Yeah!
It's go time! Let's do this!
That's inspired. I'll consider that expired.
Expired? You're saying expired?
Consider that inspired. I'll give you a D4. I'll give you a D6 for that. Or what do you get, a D8? Or a D10?
D8.
Okay. Did you level him up to 9? Because I'm letting you do that.
He's a level 8 bard, level 1 paladin.
All right. So, let's see here. As the fires on these roofs grow, you start to see these people approaching citizens and cutting them down. One by one. They're being matched with members of the syndicate, but you notice that they're making their way through, and there are mages on all sides that are sort of blasting people out of the way. So let me get this set up right here. You guys are, when I reveal this, you're going to find yourselves on the very, very bottom of the map, in front of this big dead tree. So if you just give me a moment, and before I do, just so you all know, anyone with a green, hazy background is a Blackwing member. Anybody else is either a citizen or a member of the Syndicate. Everybody get that?
Yep.
Alright,
Yep.
So, for right now, I'm going to move everybody on the map, and you go ahead and place yourselves at the bottom as you are approaching from the south. And if anybody can't do that, let me know now.
Can never do it.
Yeah, it always gives us trouble.
Oh, jeez. All right. So, Baranor, make you the right size. Let's make you the right size. I don't know why it doesn't let you guys resize yourselves.
Luna as well.
Iyethara, Luna as well. There's Luna. Luna is huge.
Yeah, I might do
She is
as
huge.
well.
Yeah. Well, you're a big guy, you know?
Luna has evolved into a direwolf.
Yeah. And
Luna's not a
Koza.
Pokemon.
She's a Poochyena, okay?
Yeah, it's not letting me
Alright.
do it either.
Yeah, I got you on the field.
Alright. You need me to...
So you're all going to be kind of, this is not really exactly a river, it's just like a shallow stream puddle thing. That's where you guys are all at.
Okay.
And way up in this direction is the western gate. So, I'd like everybody to please roll initiative.
Yes.
And you know what? I gotta place Bartok because he shows up here too.
Yeah, it's not letting me do that either.
I got it.
Okay.
So you can control Bartok. So whenever it's his turn to move, he gets to do that.
I shall cast guidance on myself.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm always rolling crappy on initiative. What'd you get?
16.
A 3.
I forgot I have my tokens.
My two numbers add up to 3.
Order there.
The wizard is going first.
21. What do you mean? I got 19
I got
plus
20.
2.
I got a 19 total.
Okay, what did Bartok get?
21.
All right.
Alright.
The wizard, the bard, and the bartender are going first.
I don't see Yuno up there.
Because I rolled on D&D Beyond.
Okay, hold on.
22.
I add turn. We need one for Iathara. We need one for...
Abby, you still in the bathroom?
Okay. Iathara is still occupied.
You have a +5, right? To initiative?
Okay, I'm gonna roll initiative for Iathara.
Cool.
So 14 plus 5, 19.
19, okay.
And she has a 20 dex, or 20 is her dex, so
You
For-
go before me, because I have
for
zero.
tie purposes. Well, the black wing, it looks like it's also 19.
We're missing Mr. Kravish, I think?
Yeah,
Okay, hold
for
on.
some reason my token wasn't selected. It's a 20.
Okay, dirty 20. Got it. Okay, here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's everybody. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm gonna
and
unmute
the black wing.
to see what it's playing right now.
Okay,
Nice.
Yuno is first. As you see, just this small amount of people starting to spill into the city, but there is what looks like a large force behind them.
I'm going to start by... Let me just get some distance here. Oh, definitely. I'm going to use my spell-splitting robe, and I'm going to launch a firebolt at... Oh, it would help if I was clicking the right thing. This guy and this guy.
Got it.
So that's a 23 to hit.
That definitely hits both.
11 points of fire damage.
Okay. 11 points to both?
Yep.
Correct? That's how it works. It's just double the damage,
It's
or the
just-
same damage on either.
Yeah, it's just splitting
Okay.
the spell into 2. And then
Okay.
as a bonus action, I'm going to try to pull this dude here closer to the fire.
Okay.
That is going to be a strength save DC 17.
Alright. Let's see. He's not that strong. That's an 11 plus 1 is 12. He fails. He's gonna move how many feet?
5 feet.
Okay, so he's right up on it. Okay?
That'll end my turn.
Alright, as you all kind of situate yourselves, you notice that there are citizens approaching from the rear. One of which is the large axe-wielding bartender you all know as Bartok. Bartok, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move. I'm gonna go in front of the enemy next to the wolf.
The front of the enemy next to the wolf.
Right, you're right here.
You're at the bottom of the screen, bud.
Okay.
You're right there.
Where?
And there is no enemy next to the wolf.
This is the
That's
nearest enemy.
this is the nearest enemy.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Let's see. Can you make it? What's your speed?
40 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
Meow. Swing at
Alright.
this guy. Bloodlight. Hit him in the face. Alright, that's a 17.
Is that total?
That's, no, that's 27.
27. Yeah, that hits. He doesn't even try to block it.
Alright. That will be 6 points damage.
Wow, that's would you roll real low?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
6 points still counts, and he's not looking too good. He's just a squishy magic user. He's kind of twirling this black smoke around his fingers. Okay.
And I'm gonna rage.
All right. Probably should have raged before you attacked.
Yeah, I
but
know.
the fact that you didn't do a whole lot of damage made you really mad. You all see Bartok in a light that you've never seen him before. He rears back. And that's your turn?
Yep.
All right, Kravish. Your first chance to act after being dead.
Come on, Kravish, you got this.
Kravish. Alright, so
I don't get hit too hard.
use my action to cast Spirit Guardians. So Spirit...
Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, like, are you trying to put the aura up?
Oh, yeah, let me do that. Let me remember what the... It's been a while since I've used the Flitty Theory. So
That's right.
The Flitty Fairies, yay!
50-foot radius.
It's been a while since Kravish has done anything.
So excited.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Alright, so I got that up. I'm going to maneuver 5, 10. So now that mage is...
Super involved.
Yep. So now he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Right. He's not super wise either. But he gets a 5.
So he is going to take...
The brunt.
He takes 10 points of radiant damage.
10 points.
Yep.
All right, this guy is not looking good. He's looking pretty hurt. Those of you with consummate combat experience are starting to detect when people are about to die, sort of. And this guy does not look long for this world. So it looks like he's going to try to back up in between these buildings that he's near. Okie doke.
And then for my bonus action... No, did you say everybody got a bardic inspiration for it for my...
Yeah.
Okay, just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it was sort of Baranor that said it.
Yep. Alright. This way, so I make sure that everyone is within protection for...
For the record, I'm not going to multi-class again to Bard.
Prove it. Alright, Kravish, is that your turn?
That thus endeth my turn.
Alright, it is the Blackwing's turn, and on the Blackwing's turn, these people are going to advance further in. He's going to splash right through the puddle.
Is the Blackwing's turn first, or is the Athara's turn first?
It's, well... Alright, since it's a whole bunch of people and they all have different dexes, I say we do rollies.
Rollies! Watch me roll it too.
Does that mean I get to do a rollie as well?
Ooh.
Yeah, what the heck? Well, Iathara's definitely going before you. Yeah, you definitely go first, so let's do this.
Excuse me.
Iathara with the 15.
And then Axton. Axton, you give me rollies too. What the heck? Let's see if you go before them.
I did. I got a 14. 14,
yeah. So we'll do 0.1. So, never mind. I'm going to move those guys where they were. I'm going to re-roll this. Descending. Boop, boop, boop. Okay.
I think you only move.
When I change turns, do you guys see that or no?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so this guy was actually up here. This guy was actually up here. And that's, I think, as far as I got. So, yes, Iathara, you could go next.
Okie. So I'm going to... Yep, 50 feet. Perfect. I'm going to take my crossbow. I'm going to shoot that guy. And I'm going to shoot this guy over here. Figure out how to do it yet? Nope, still haven't figured it out. Okay. Nope. And... Well, that is 16 to hit.
16 does hit. Just barely.
And it'll be... Okey-dokey. There we go. And that'll be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage as your crossbow bolt splits him right in the clavicle. You see he's holding a sword. He instantly drops his sword and goes to pick it up with the other hand as he cradles his wound.
Okay, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to bonus action hide.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Natty 1 for 14.
Nat 1, yeah, you're pretty sure you're hidden, but this guy over here, he looks right at you as you run by him, not 10 feet away.
She could be.
Yeah, hide behind a barrel. I'll say you're pretty sure you're hidden from everybody else, but that guy's like, yeah, you're right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Where
And
could
that's
she
my
have
turn.
gone? That guy freaking sees you.
Axton, you're next.
I guess I'll try to come up this way. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I get right here or no? It looks like it's a building.
You can if you like bull rush the wall and break into the building.
Nah. I was just trying to see if I can get flanking, but I guess I can't. Sure,
Now
I'll
the
get,
guy's pretty much up against this wall.
okay, I'll get to here, use my halberd to hit him from here.
Okay.
Get my halberd. 22 for 9 damage.
Alright, he's gonna cast shield, which brings him to 23.
Okay.
Do you wish to augment that attack at all?
I think I have to declare that before you declare whether it would hit or not.
Shield, though, so.
So I will attack again with my second attack
Okay.
for a critic.
That's a hit.
Hey!
Don't
He
do
said,
that.
He said, screw your shield.
Deflect this, you filthy casual.
That's right. Alright, yeah, he drops. Blech. He's unconscious.
Okay.
Let me give my little sad. There we go. Boo! And he's bleeding out. That was a mighty strike.
That's it. I will then cast a spell. I will use spiritual weapon to
Spiritual weapon!
attack this guy over here.
Alright, let me do something real quick.
I'm looking for something similar to an all hammer or an anvil.
Yeah, I don't have that right now. I have to use something else until I can make you one, and I really need to make you one. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So let me do this.
It's unacceptable. That's fine.
All right, for now, I'm going to use this. It's a flute. And you can use. I'm gonna just tell me where you want it, and then while everyone's doing their turn, I'm gonna make something you can control.
It'll be right there.
Okay, got it.
And then I'll roll the attack for it.
Yep, go ahead.
Core spiritual weapon. 24 to hit for 10 death.
For how much?
For 10 force damage.
Okay, yep, that works.
That ends my turn.
Okay. And as I'm sitting here trying to make something for you, it's my turn. So I'll finish this up after my turn is over. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, this guy is going to move closer to all of you by how much? Let's find out. Right on this bridge. He's moving on up. He's not quite in that aura yet. This guy is also going to move as far as he can forward. He's going to share space with his bro. Right here. He's not in that sphere. He's just sharing space with his buddy. This guy's going to move up. This guy's going to move up. Nope. And I don't believe he gets an opportunity of attack made against him if he is moving away from his spiritual weapon. I don't think that's how that works. But
Yeah.
what you do notice
No attack of opportunity. You're fine.
is there are more people entering the ring. Boom. Boom. Well, he's not going to be right next to the fire. That's dumb. Right there.
No,
There are
put him
more
next to the
people.
fire. That's a good idea.
They all... the whole area starts flooding with people.
So does this Joker right here need to make a wisdom saving throw?
Which guy?
That guy.
No, he's not actually in there. I just can't fit him on the same square as his buddy. He's sharing
Gotcha.
space.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
He literally doesn't have the speed to get that far. So actually, I can put him right here, and looks a little better.
Okay.
And so that happens, and from behind you, you see a familiar rapier-wielding individual, the Marquis, and Jen,
yes.
and Cheval. Cheval looks over at Iathar and goes, "Well hidden, my lady."
We can't always be the best at everything, even though I would like to. But no.
And under here, next to Yuno, you see a couple of the Syndicate soldiers march in and sort of take up the flank. And this one is actually going to move right alongside this guy here. And we're going to have some people attack. So if he's in the aura and he's unconscious, would that mean an automatic hit on his turn? Would he have to make a death save and fail it twice? How does that work?
I don't know if it actually spells that out.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
I believe he would still be considered an enemy.
Yeah?
Well, he just failed 2 death saves. Let's see here. This guy... How far away is Bartok? Oh, definitely. This guy right here is going to fire... Oh, hold on. This guy right here is going to fire 2 wrist-mounted crossbows, tiny little wrist-mounted crossbows, and fire them both at Bartok.
Wow.
So, one is a natural 20.
Cool.
The other one is a 18.
18 does hit.
18, so both hit, and one is a natural 20.
Yay.
So, that's going to be 10 points of piercing from one,
Okay.
and... No, sorry. 18 points of piercing from one,
Okay.
and 7 points of piercing from the other.
Okay.
Let's see. This guy has a spear that he can throw. Nobody else can really do anything, and the mage is unconscious. Oops! What the hell did I just do? Oh,
He's bleeding out.
all the way across the field. Yeah. This guy can throw his spear. Yeah, definitely. He's going to throw it right at Kravish. As he sees that you've got all these fairies around you, you're definitely a point of attention. He's going to toss that spear for 23.
That hits.
Alright, that's going to be 8 points of piercing from that guy, and I need you to make a con save. As this thing strikes your skin, you notice a splash of black ichor coming from the side of the blade. It looks like it may have some poison as it stings extra hard as it gets inside your armor.
If only I could jump and catch him.
You're not suited up?
I don't
Yeah,
need
he has-
to. I roll a
He has
natural
dragon
one.
scales.
Oh, my bad.
I
Dragon-
think
All right.
That's
right. Okay. You are poisoned. Your attacks are at disadvantage. And I believe ability checks, too. No extra damage, though. That is going to... Oh, wait, no, hold on. My bad. Far be it from me. This guy right here is definitely close enough to hit anybody he wants. He's going to cast Zephyr Strike on himself. That's going to be a... He's gonna go for the other ranger. he's aiming for Baranor. He sees you and he's like, watch what I can do. He's gonna hit you for a 25.
That hits.
Alright. That is 18 points of piercing damage.
Oh, goddamn. What did he hit me with?
He hits you with a freaking deadly bow that he's got.
18, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was including sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, you're not the only one that can do that. But unfortunately for me, there's really not shite else I can do right now. But I will say that you see people arriving. It looks like they're starting to scale buildings and ride on rooftops and traipse down here and make their way down. So without even engaging you, you're going to see people sort of moving in and out of the area. Let me just see if I can duplicate some of these guys. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, that is the Blackwing's turn. So while I place more people, I'm going to go ahead and let Baranor go.
All right.
So, let me just do this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You're good, you're good.
First things first, I'm going to move Luna up here. She will take the dodge action. And then Kravish is going to get a front row seat to this. Baranor's eyes will flare purple. And like put his arms down at his side, kind of like shoot them downward, and 2 spectral purple Bowie knives are going to just appear, like, what's the word? Pop into existence into his hands.
Apparate.
And he's apparate. There you go. And he's going to chuck 1 and chuck 2 at this guy right here.
Thing 1, got it.
Put this on here first because I'm throwing them. They get ironically, they get the archery bonus. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. Okay. All right. Make sure that they're not at advantage. Okay. Actually, no, they don't need to be at advantage. Okay.
At
20.
Wow.
Okay.
Good job, Baranor.
Dang. These
This is
things sing with radiance as you twirl them through your fingers. Go ahead and make your strikes.
So that's the first one. So this is going to be doubled, and it's going to have sneak attack, which is also doubled, correct?
No.
Correct.
Are we sure that we did double all the... We do double all the damage die.
Yeah, we double all damage, and then
That's
we
right.
add modifiers.
Okay.
Yep, my bad. You're good.
All right,
Go for it. It's
so,
gonna be devastating.
so that doubles the 2, correct?
No, they roll you an additional dice, and in this instance you rolled 6s twice, but I always take the first because I just take the first roll and double it. So it doesn't matter, it's 12.
Okay, all right, sure. 12.
Half to one,
and
6 to another.
then my sneak attack damage on top of that. So double that for
So 12 plus
14.
14, that's 26.
26
Yes.
with 1 blade.
26 with 1 blade. Second attack coming in. It's the offhand one. There it is. Oh,
That's
almost,
nice.
almost
That was
crit
almost
twice.
a 1.
Dang.
Nice.
It danced, didn't it?
Ooh, not that great. But so that's
Made up for the 1.
yeah, I know, right? So that's what, 31 points of damage into that guy? All psychic damage?
No, I think it's 26 plus 5 is... Yeah, 31. Yep.
31.
Definitely. 31.
Yep.
Alright, he's still up. He's a hardy dwarf wielding a great axe, but he's definitely just got rocked. You just sent him to his knees for a couple seconds.
Yep. And as I said, Luna takes the dodge action.
Okay. Koza, bring it up the rear.
Alright. Let me see. Where's the...
Wild shape and go
Nice.
tear something apart.
I mean, I'm planning on doing that at some point. I'm gonna... Would plant growth work here? Or not? Because it's all stone.
I think there
Plant
has to be
growth?
Yes.
I think there has to be
Yeah.
existing plant growth.
What if I use the moss in the stone?
Well, there's cabbages over here by the looks of it. So.
My cabbages!
Could I use the cabbage?
My cabbages.
Let's see. How
Well-
much is 100
Let's see here.
from the cabbages? Oh, jeez. Oh, that would get everybody. Never mind.
It says normal plants. I would consider those produce.
Well, what about spike growth? That's 20 foot.
Yeah, the middle. I would say the midst of Rathburn, there aren't a whole lot of plants on the ground at all. Unfortunately.
I don't know. Looking at this, if you go in pretty close, this looks
All
like
right. Well, I'm gonna cast plant growth
It does kind
right
of
here,
He's got
Okay.
so that I can get all 3 of these guys in the back. And then I'm gonna cast. Or wait, what else can I cast after that?
plant growth or spike growth.
Spike growth.
Okay. And what is the radius of that?
20 feet.
20 feet.
20-foot circle or 20-foot square?
20-foot circle.
Okay.
Alright, where are you centering it?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, 20-foot radius?
Yes.
Oh, that's big. Okay, hold
It's
on.
very big.
What would that would be like this, right? Yeah, okay. Now I gotta grab it. Which I can never freaking do. There we go.
Actually,
You want it like that?
could you... Could you move it down so that it gets this guy?
Where do you want it? Like this?
No, I want to
three over
You can
here.
I can get all 4 of these guys if we position it
Over
right.
one more.
Yeah.
Well, I have to use the like that. Hold on, like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. 4 people.
All right. And then
All right.
I'm gonna
And what
cast.
do they all have to do?
Hang
Or is
on.
it on their turn?
Hang on. Give me one moment.
I'd say it's Dex.
No, I think they just have to spend.
Their turn getting
When a creature moves into it or is within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage,
Oh wow.
and it's
Okay.
and it's difficult terrain.
Okay, so they got to move out of the area to avoid the damage.
Yes, which
Okay,
Like
so
3
go
of
ahead
them
and
are gonna
roll
do
for all 4 of
immediately.
them. Yeah. I'll give that to you. Otherwise, that
So that's
spell's not
2.
very fun.
plus. That's 4 points of damage to everyone.
All right, got it.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself, which gives me
Okay.
a +2 to my AC.
Well, let me put something on you. Shield of Faith. There you go. Nice little shield.
That's plant
That
growth.
will end my turn.
Isn't that the spell he just cast?
No. He
okay.
casts a
You cast Spike Growth.
Spike
I
growth.
cast Spike
Excuse
Growth.
me. Sorry.
All right, that's your turn. It is Yuno's turn.
All right.
Yuno.
So,
There you go.
since
Sorry.
Koza has already damaged this guy, I'm going to center a fireball
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
right in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna make another circle just so I can see. That's 20-foot radius, correct?
Yep.
Everyone's getting blown up.
Okay.
Everyone's
hold on.
getting blowed up.
What if I do this?
Yeah, 20-foot radius.
Copy.
Everybody within the entirety of the top part of the map is getting vaporized.
Okay.
Kaboom.
So
Where do you want it?
You could get these.
Yeah,
You could get
I
like
want to move
5
it.
people.
Yeah, now move it to the left a little bit.
1 cube. I'd say 1 cube over.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
gonna try to hit all of these guys.
You're trying to hit these guys?
It's a Venn diagram,
I
but
wanna
with
get-
destruction.
Yeah, I'm gonna center it, right there, and then that'll hit.
That'll hit
all
these 5 guys. Yeah, okay. So that's 5 deck saves, correct?
Yep, and the DC is
Okay.
17.
Alright. 1 is a natural 19. 1 is a 17, so I gotta meet it or beat it, right?
Yes.
Alright, so 2 have passed. The other one got a 16. That's very low. That's a natural 3, and that's a natural 5. So 3 failed, 2 passed.
So pass still is gonna take half. So full damage is 37. So
Okay. Yeah, hold on.
half of that is 18.
This guy burns to a corpse, or burns to a crisp, and so does this guy. 37 is just a bit much for these dudes. Okay,
Let's go,
All right,
and then
here,
half
so we have
of
a
that
Venn diagram.
is 17? No,
18.
18. Got it. Okay. Yeah, they're not looking very happy right now because they just got stuck to the ground, pinned to the ground by spikes, and now they're on fire.
And now they're on fire.
And
Now they're on fire.
The
As a
people who aren't on
bonus-
fire are.
action, I'm going to shove this dude back away from Luna.
All right, that's a strength
my
check. It's a natural 1. He gets moved over his way. And
You know
just
what?
because
And
it's
just
funny, you push him over the railing and into the water.
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, he's like, "Rah!" Fell right on his butt.
And we killed everybody over here, right? In this general area.
Well, there was only one guy, but yes.
Well, then I'm gonna move and I'm gonna hide right in the middle of all the big people.
Okay. All right, Bartok, it is your turn.
Alright, where am I right now?
You are right next to
Okay.
Kravish and Axton. You are right here.
Yeah.
I am going to move over to... Can I move over here? Yes, I can.
Of course.
Alright, I am going to swing at this lady with my great axe.
All right.
17.
You are raging. Don't forget your rage damage. And don't forget what was your natural roll.
17.
Okay. So you crit on 19s.
Yeah. Okay. Was 9 points of damage.
Okay. He's not happy with that at all.
Good. Or no, 11 points of damage, sorry.
He's really not happy with that.
Good. And that is going to end my turn.
Do you want to use an action surge, or you want to end it there?
I'm ending it there.
Okay. Kravish.
Yep. I'm here. I'm just.
Let's do this.
Let's take this fireball away for now.
Yeah, for now.
Good to know that I can double that thing if you wanted to do that again, Ken.
All right. I am going to move up right there. Hit those two guys. So they need to make.
Is that Yeah, one's got the guy on the top got a natural 20. The other one got a 13, which I don't think passes at all.
I do not believe. It's a DC 16.
Yeah. So this guy got a natural 20, so he saves.
So
The
he'll
dwarf
take
did
half
not.
damage. So he'll take half damage. Shit rolls.
Oh boy.
So 8 for full, 4 for half.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's they're able to kind of dodge out of the way. As a matter of fact, this guy, he sort of sees it coming. He notices these fairies have been attacking people, so he just kind of does his best to sort of swat them out of the way. A couple of them rake across his armor a little bit, but that's it.
All right. And for my action, I'm going to shoot him with my hand crossbow. Let me make sure that's it. 1, 2.
He is the guy who shot you, by the way.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. So, here. Have some back.
Yes.
8. No, it's -2, so 7. 11
Okay.
to 9. Missed.
Too bad.
Uh-huh.
Too bad.
And let's do bonus action roll. So I'm going to actually use the rest of my movement. I'm going to come back where the big people are to help me. Okay.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah. Ara.
Okay, I'm going to move over here. No, I want to move there. And then
Judy.
okay, good. And then I'm going to shoot him with a crossbow. It'll be 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okie dokie.
You shoot him right in the back. Not cool.
So that'll be 28 points of damage with sneak attack.
Oh, dang.
Rolled
Okay,
really
yeah,
well.
he drops. Yep.
And then think nope, I want to do this one. Yep, okay. Going to use the rest of my movement to move over. Not the right one. There. And then I will attempt to hide once more.
Okay.
Let's see how this goes. 24.
24, you are pretty sure you're hidden. You actually sort of jump up on the roof and hide behind the there's like a raised steeple portion. You kind of get a good vantage point for what you want to do next.
Okay.
Axton.
And that'll, yep.
I'm not sure what I want to do yet. Take a look. Where is everybody?
You take the dodge action. Got it.
No! Is this guy over here, he got knocked down into the water, right?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't knock him prone. It kind of flipped him onto his butt, and he popped up real quick. He's got a low center of gravity. He's a dwarf.
I wasn't sure if he'd be knocked prone.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, he just got really big.
Whoa! Sorry, hold on. Sorry, he's not that big, I promise.
I'll go right here on the bridge and just, with my halberd, swing over and hit him.
Okay.
Swing away, Merrill.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 23, not 29.
It still hits.
For 13 damage by the looks of it.
He's going to reduce some of that damage.
Sorry, it's not 13. It took the critical.
Yeah, I'll take the 9, it's fine.
Okay.
I'll take that 9.
He reduced the damage, did he?
Yeah, you hit him, and he just kind of swatted your halberd away as you tore into his shoulder a little bit. You just feel like had you gotten a better strike, you might have really hurt him, but he was able to kind of brush some of it off.
Okay, I'll make my second attack. A dirty 20 to hit for 6 slashing damage, but I think I'm going to... No, I'll just leave it as that.
Okay. Yeah, he fully brushes your strike away and flings your halberd, and he actually disappears in a puff of smoke and appears, I guess over here. It looks like he saw your strike coming, and performed some kind of maneuver where he actually vanished, and by the time he appeared, you had already reacted. You just
then I will go bonus action tunnel defense fighter.
Got it.
Bring back the classic.
It is the Black Wing's turn. You hear a rumbling behind as more and more of these creatures pour in from... This guy's bleeding out. He's going to step over his dead body. You see this one actually emerge from around the corner. But what you hear is a little more chaotic sounding as the rumbling of wheels and clinking and chinking of large heavy footsteps. You see these 2 reptilian beasts on 4 legs, wingless, but very reminiscent of a draconic-like creature, huge, pulling this large wagon, carrying nothing but weapons and crates and all kinds of assortments towards the center of battle. And it starts off right here. These creatures... Oh, hold on. I want to ungroup. Immediately leap out onto the field. And they're going to be smart enough at least to avoid spikes on the ground. This guy actually got right here, sorry.
They're actually camouflaged. They possibly can't see them.
Can't see what?
The spikes. They're technically camouflaged as part of the spell.
Oh, well, this one definitely hits it then, and immediately regrets it. So that's 2d4 as soon as it enters its space. Now, this thing has pretty dope speed, but it already used 15 of it. Yep, it definitely gets there. Axton, this thing runs right up to you, and he's going to take a big old bite out of you.
But before he does that, I'm going to hit him first.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Tunnel fighter.
Yeah.
Tunnel fighter! 22 does hit. He hits you for a 26.
Oh, he might hit me. Because I'm going to make that a menacing attack.
Ah, what is that, wisdom?
It is.
That is a natural 17. He's got a -2 for wisdom, so that's 15.
Let's see here. I think 15 is what he needed to beat. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's
If that's the case, then yes, he would hit me.
All right, that's 19 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a con save.
That's not a pass for me.
No. So you are poisoned. That means unless you're flanking, all of your attacks are at disadvantage.
Yep, I know what poison does. Oh! Sorry, the ability save for my tunnel thing is 17.
You mean your menacing attack?
My menacing attack, yeah.
Oh, okay.
How does that... Hold on, I gotta double check that. I don't think that's the right amount.
Hold on. Are you able to make a fighter maneuver as a
on
opportunity
any
of attack? I think that's just a... isn't that just a melee attack?
Well, there is a melee attack, which is any attack.
Oh, okay.
But I'll double check the calculation for my maneuvers.
Well, then let me roll again, because he's frightened, but he doesn't get to move because he used all of his speed. Yeah, that's a natural 19, too. It's 29.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be fine.
So he hit you at disadvantage and still managed to bite you.
Okay.
So that was 19 points of piercing damage. You rolled, you failed your poison, so you're poisoned. Or failed your con save, so you're poisoned.
Okay.
Okay, that's his turn. This guy here is going to fire a hand slingshot at Bartok. That's going to be a natural 2. That's a failure. And so now these lizard-like creatures are loosed on the field, and all these guys are going to move up. Eothara, he's moving real close to you, but you're pretty sure he doesn't see you. This guy moves up too. This guy's going to move up. This guy's going to move up. They're only going to have half of their movement, which is probably there. He's going to move out. He's going to move halfway through his movement to there. He's going to move out. But 4 of those guys all take damage, so go ahead and roll your spike growth damage for those 4 dudes.
Yeah, 2d4 for every block they were in it.
Every block of movement?
Every 5 feet they take 2d4.
Okay, so that's definitely... This guy here moved out 1, so you can roll 1 for him, because he moved out from there to down here. Everybody else gets 3.
Yeah.
So 2d4, and then 2d4 times 3. And then, let's see, where is my guy here? Yeah. Noah, did you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
He's muted. Did he go to the bathroom?
No, sorry. Someone muted us. That's 5 points for anybody who moved 1 block and 15 for anybody who moved 3.
Okay, got it.
And they're like, you guys not hear me?
Nope, not a word. Okay, so they're still up, but they didn't like that. So, with all of that movement, I think this guy's going to move up here. He's going to slash at Baranor. He's also going to roll a wisdom save, and he's going to get a 15 for Kravish's Flea Fairies, but he's going to make it through there and attack Baranor with his Great Axe.
He still takes half damage, though.
Yep. Baranor, that's a 19.
That hits.
Alright. That's going to be only 9 points of slashing from his Great Axe.
So he took 4.
Okay, takes 4. He's still up. Let's see, they're down there. The Marquis and the... I'm guessing you mark him as an ally. He's going to move up here and melee with these guys as soon as he gets a chance. You see Jen kind of move up next to Yuno and whisper in his ear, "You think it's a good idea for us to be together, or should we split up?"
I say stick with me. We'll be the survivors here.
Right. And you see him ready a spell, and he's going to cast Witch Bolt on the draconic creature. And he's going to hit the draconic creature for 11 points of necrotic damage. And he is going to deflect whatever comes at him These guys are meleeing down here. Cheval is going to zip through the group. How much space does he have? Cheval. Not enough. So he's going to make it to here, and he's going to shoot this guy with his wrist blades. He's going to shoot him out like Predator. And that's going to be a 18. That's going to be enough. He's going to hit this guy right in the throat with his wrist blades for 12 points of slashing damage. And as this happens, you all hear this rumbling, and you see steam starting to erupt from this wagon up at the top. And you see these two little gnomes in dark clothing and acid scars on their face. They emerge from this side of the cart and this side of the cart, and they climb to the top of it, and you see them kind of disappear behind this pile of weapons. And you hear this, and the whole wagon splits in half, and out from the center of this wagon, you see a large, brass, bipedal, humanoid-shaped object rise. Glowing green lights adorn its flesh, or its metal body. It has a huge chainsaw-like axe in one hand, and a 3-pronged, hooked, clawed arm on the other. It has 2 glowing green eyes, and it emerges from the wagon.
Okay.
It's not ours. It's theirs. We have to fight it.
It's gonna fire a frickin' fireball all the way across the field from its hooked claw. Fires this weapon, and it is going to land. And I'm just gonna borrow this guy. I knew I'd need this.
Is it a magic? Is it like a spell?
No, it's a projectile.
Okay.
You can try to counterspell it if you want.
Because that was my
But
thought.
it's a. It looks like it's some kind of combustible projectile. Why can't I grab it now? There we go. Right here. So all of you guys, hold on. Is that really 20? No, I got it. I got it cockeyed. Hold on. I got to pick and choose where it goes, like that. Everybody inside that circle needs to make a dex save.
Including this dragon thing?
Great.
Including the dragon thing, including the guy up here. He needs to make a dex save. He needs to make a dex save.
Natural 20! Yeah.
All right.
That's gonna be 17 for Bart.
Oh,
That it.
man.
23 for Kravish.
Okay. Anybody who got over a 17 passes.
An 8.
So let me just look at something here. Because this is not a typical fireball.
Hey.
Yeah, it heals
Okay.
us, right? It heals us.
Yep, it heals everybody. Jack, I'm using your wooden dice for this, so...
You do that.
Alright. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm out of dice. Okay. Ew, I rolled really low. Crap. Alright. Roll that again. So that's going to be 7 plus
Are you sure it's
13, 16,
No. It threw a fireball at us.
23,
Now we had
26.
to make a dex save. It threw a fireball.
31 points of fire damage is a fail.
31?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, who failed?
What did you need to get? I didn't.
17.
17 or above?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
I failed.
All right.
Now,
Luna failed.
you still take 15
Let's
points
not
damage.
kill Luna again.
Fail is 15.
Fail is below 17. Or yeah, below. Sorry, I didn't say 17. I meant to say 15.
Okay, but 15 damage as well?
Yes, half is 15. Correct.
Okay.
Well, 15 and a half, but that's not important.
No. So who failed? Axton, Luna, not Koza. How about Kravish and Yuno?
I passed.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
I passed.
Okay, good. So everybody who passed takes 15. I think, Jack, you take half of that, which is 7.
7. Wait, what?
I'm a totem warrior. They resist every damage but psychic. What? Yep.
Yeah.
What?
How did
Bartok
you
is
not know
hardy.
this?
Bartok is very hardy.
I'm sitting at a very pretty 70.
Like 3 of my characters are squishy magic users.
It's because you only play spellcasters. Magic is cool, man.
Did these 3 get hit as well?
Yeah, they all got hit.
Alright.
And this guy failed,
15.
and this guy failed. So everyone who failed,
7.
you are currently on fire. You will have to spend. Yes, you are on.
Damage from that.
Whoever failed is. What did Baranor get? I feel like you passed.
I got 18. Luna's the one who failed.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spend an action to put yourself out or risk taking damage at the start of your turn.
If you failed, or if you passed?
If you failed, you're on fire.
Okay. Is this guy still up?
Yes, he is still up. He's very, very hardy.
Okay.
And as this thing starts to march towards the field of battle, we're going to end the session there.
Oh.
Aw, what?
No!
Come on!
It's 7 o'clock. It's time to go.
It's so many plans.
Seven is so
I was gonna turn into a bear.
It's only 4 o'clock for me.
I know. West Coast for the win over here.
I
I
know.
was gonna turn into a bear.
I had plans.
That's okay. That's okay, because I want to inform everybody that May 6th I am going to cancel that session.
So 4 weeks from now.
Yay! We get to continue this in a month.
Yeah. So next session that we're supposed to have on the 6th, we are going to skip that one. A number of our party will not be able to attend, and I just don't feel it's fair to continue this without them. Unfortunately, we lose Jack for that session. It was really great to have you, buddy.
It was nice to be here.
Yeah, it's good.
Now I'm sad. I'm gonna need to eat leftover
that
birthday
leaves
cake.
us the
So many plans. I was gonna do
20th,
some really
May-
cool stuff.
May 20th. Well, that's okay. Write it all down. Remember it. Bring it with you on the next
I'm
session.
not gonna remember to write it down.
That's very fair.
Same.
So that was really cool. The session kind of you managed to circumvent a lot of things that I had going on, but it all kind of ended up where it was supposed to be in the end, which is cool. But yeah, that was fun. So I will see you guys all in 4 weeks, where we can wrap up this battle for Rathburn as the Syndicate and the Crown Collectors take on the Black Wing in a knockdown final drag-out brawl.
Yep.
So,
Hopefully,
all
a
right.
drag out brawl and not a dragon brawl.
Well, it's the Dragon Brawl yet.
And all of a sudden, Sheka shows up and kills all of
Oh,
you.
my God. That's the only thing that can be next. Like, after this, we kind of have to go fight Chekas.
You all hear through in your periphery this. But you don't see anything.
And then the storm chasers come out of nowhere to save the day.
Oh man, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, but they're working for the Black Wing, so you have to fight them.
No,
Oh,
absolutely not.
everyone's working for the Black Wing. Oh my God, how absolutely terrible would it be if
They were falling on hard times. They were falling on hard times, and the Black Wing offered them a lot of gold, so they took the contract.
Oh.
Polaris
Good luck
is
fighting
Awful would it be if
ourselves.
the Marquis was
Polaris is the
working with
paladin
Chekas
of
the whole time.
Bahamut. I don't think that's going to fly.
No, they're
My
telling him,
character
no,
here is
those are
like-
bad guys over there, and he failed his insight check.
I mean,
Those bad guys over there.
That's fair.
Those guys are bad. Okay.
Okay.
All right, folks.
Ugh.
This was really fun, and I will see you all in 4 weeks on the 20th.
See you in a
Okay,
month.
It's so long.
That's
Force
so
forward.
long. It's so much time.
It was nice
Too
meeting
many.
everybody.
Nice
Nice
meeting
to meet
you.
you, hon.
Hopefully you can
Take
join
care.
us in another session or so.
Hopefully.
Yeah, someday.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Adios.
All right, folks. We'll see
Adios.
you. Bye-bye.
Guys.
Bye.